Like you're fucked.
So right, is this actually working now? Can people hear me? Twitch. Should be the exact same, but for some reason it doesn't look like it. I fucking hate this crap. Because I can see it there, it's actually registering through. But why? Automatic. That's fine, okay. No, it is on. Why can no one hear? 2 seconds, technical difficulties. Technical difficulties with this crap, as always. So switch. I fucking hate this crap. Now let's see. Because I can see it there. It's actually registering through. But why? So now I can hear me, but I can't hear you. Automatic. That's fine. Okay. I fucking hate this crap. Yeah. Yeah. It is really annoying when shit like this doesn't actually fucking work. here right now. I don't know why this isn't fucking working. It's different when I have on Twitch because I do it through my Avra Media card. Where I'm doing it through Discord, I just do it through window capture. But nothing's actually physically fucking changed. But I wasn't using my media card the other day either. I was just using, kind of last Friday we done the D&D chat. I was just doing it through my computer. Which is really, really strange. I hate technology and it doesn't work. Window capture, audio capture. Yeah.
No, because we're on a Discord call. Maybe. Let me. I'm gonna keep talking and see if I can hear myself. Maybe. Oh, I heard me. Oh, you hear me? Yep. I hear me. Hello, people. Can you hear me? See if I can hear myself.
I think
Maybe. Oh, I heard me.
that may have done it.
Yes, I can hear me. Yep. Hello, beautifuls. Alright, let me mute the audio on my actual laptop here so I don't hear the stuff in my head because I have everything running through my head.
Yeah, there we go.
Otherwise, I
That's done
wouldn't be
it.
able to hear you here. So, yay. Hey, hey. Now you know, because it's my Super Short Show.
Only took us 45 million years.
Hey, 27 minutes is not bad to do some techie issues.
That is very true.
Stuff in my head because I have everything running through my head.
Yeah, there we go. That's done it. There we go. Right. So I can turn that down now. There we go.
Just smash the like button, guys.
Smashy, smashy, smash, smash.
Share all the feeds.
Yes, tech
I'm
fixies.
gonna share this.
Tech fixies. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this on my stream. So watch this. If by magic. Right. Ready? 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome into the stream. Thank you all for stopping by. We've just started. We haven't been here for 27 minutes trying to fix technical issues, but hey ho, diddly do. So, as most of you are all aware, this month I am doing a Mindful May with the help of the lovely Red, who is off to the side, right there. Give everybody a wave. Wave. Perfect. So, why are we here today for the interview? So, what I'm doing for Mindful May is I'm going to interview a few streamers and a few gamers that I know, lovely people. We'll start off with Red. We've got Warcry, who will be next week at some point. We have got Forever Sammy. We have got, I think Cassie, she was going to do it as well. We've got Spud from my clan. So it's all going to be fantasticals. So,
Nice.
yes. So, I've been reading a lot of stuff online about gamers and how gaming helps and all this jazz. But for what I've came to realise, and me and Red were talking about this over the last few days as well, Warcry, you are awesome. He's alright. He's okay sometimes. I really need to change this and make sure the lags don't need like zippo. Anyway. So, we have all these people in. I'm going to take it from the other side because I know how gaming can be beneficial, but also a bad detriment to somebody's mental health. Especially bringing streaming into the mix. So, we'll start off with the obvious question. Red, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody?
Just put me on the spot.
Spares,
Hold on.
the plastics from here.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the pads and stuff were, but now that's in there. Here's your glue gun and your stick. After I put stuff, I can't. It's in the.
Okay, well, when you come in, just drop it on the
I'm
bed.
not doing drop.
See what I gotta put up with?
I'm sitting it here because that's what I'm sitting. Because.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, you have been introduced to the other thing in the house. I apologize for that. That's going to happen quite a bit while you are doing the thing because I live in a house with parents who walk in at any given moment to do things. So
Hey, listen, kid.
hold the phone.
It's not gonna drip. But glue's still tacky on the end.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool. You can.
Yeah, it's
You
fine.
can hang on to it. I could. I'm not going to touch it again because I'm kind of hoping to play my guitar a little bit here. New one. And you be smiling there typing. We're talking about guitar playing right now. So,
Guest speaker.
yes, speaker, yeah. And for a short time, back by popular demand. So
I wasn't part of that
yeah,
reboot.
both my, he said,
He said he was a part of that reboot.
was I in there? Good job. I got to get some kind of commission for this work I'm doing. So anyway, like I said, when she texts me, I'll let you know. Hopefully I hear it. Say before I got interrupted with three. Yeah, painting it tomorrow. Hey, tomorrow morning, up early, up at 8.
I'm getting up at midnight.
Yeah, well, it's the driveway D tree. I do not want trees growing in my driveway.
We're putting trees in the driveway. Putting
Because
all.
they're saps, man. Because the neighbors won't take care of their tree line, and what's going to happen is we have to cut these out. It'll interrupt my garage and everything else, the shop. So.
Ooh, a garage. I thought it was a car hold.
Wow. That's pretty much the sum of my life. Okay, moving on.
Back by popular demand. Season 1, Episode 1. Cancelled. We're not renewing you for a second season.
I love how like it and Shadow knows this, and this happens more time than it doesn't in this. Every time Shadow and I plan something, interviews, anything, stream wise, what have you, that happens. So I guess I'm the entertainment in your stream today. Shadow.
Hell yeah! And yes, Warcry, I have noticed that you're talking to yourself. Just as long as you don't answer yourself, it means you're not crazy. Unless you do
Well,
voices like Red does.
I'm off the rocker then, because I talk to myself all the time in many voices.
You are off your rocker. We've all met your dad.
I mean, yes, you all have met Dad.
Just remember,
Very
insanity
scary.
runs in the family. It's hereditary.
Someone just call the crazy place now. Get my straight jacket now, and we'll call it good. Okay, just
I'll take the morphine. Direction straight in the butt. Thank you.
the butt. It's all about the butts. We've started with the butts.
All about the butthole. Anyway, hold on. Hold on. We might have a guest speaker.
The cats. Is this Cade?
This is Cade. Hello, Cade. Say hello.
Like, whatever, Dad. Just hold me.
Osiris is away till Sunday. You'll have all the house to yourself and with your sister. Okay, bye.
Yes. You ain't gotta tell me that twice.
Party time! What's he saying now?
Oh, that's
Whoops, too late.
awesome.
Right, okay, so let's start again. So, before we're rudely interrupted by the giant comet, anyway, Comet. Red, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody who's watching currently at the moment?
Well, I am Red Wolf Girl. Hello. A semi-variety streamer, artist. I do all the things. I'm very crafty. There's not really too much to me to introduce. I'm a ball of crazy and I live in crazy. So there you go. That's me wrapped up in a little shell. Too much.
A mystery, wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in a question, wrapped in a black hole.
And buried, or you'll never find it.
Up the butthole.
Ooh.
I've seen Rick and Morty. The intergalactic aliens have like scanners that go right up the butthole. Season 1, Episode 1. Anyway, so yes. Ooh. So what we were talking about earlier, everybody knows, is along the lines of streaming and gaming in general to the mental health. So to start off with, some of the stuff that I've read so far gives on like anywhere between 45 to like 60 something % that gaming is better for everybody because it helps and it makes you motivated and it lets your imagination run wild.
This is true.
This is true. But always there's a but and or however or thereforth. So on the flip side of that, it's really not. I think that, well, from my perspective anyway, gamers in general, due to mental health, gets widely overlooked due to the fact this is like, well, they're gaming, they're streaming, they're talking to people, so they must be happy. They must be doing what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes and no. To my opinion, it's more along the lines of no. We game to escape our normal lives. It doesn't mean we're escaping to something better. We're just there to escape. So, from my perspective, PvP. So, people who don't know what that is, that's player versus player. So, that think of, well, we play Destiny a lot, so it's Crucible. You've got Warzone for Call of Duty. You've got Battlefield. Everybody knows what Fortnite is. That's usually player versus player, and that can get some people just going for shits and giggles, and they absolutely love it. Or you get people who go in and it completely stresses you because you just get annihilated by people who play the game constantly, 24/7, and are just superstars who can snipe you from across the map with one bullet and take out your pal who's 50 feet behind you.
Yep.
That's my opinion. So, but this is not my interview. This is Red's interview. So, Red, your opinion. So, your opinion. First part we've just covered there. So, what got you into gaming? I've already asked you this question before because you made a video, but if you don't mind talking about it again, what got you into gaming?
Well, I know I've covered this like on my channel. I touched it a little bit in the No Blues January, but honestly, it was my state of depression and anxiety that I was in at the time. It was actually the year we met. A lot of people don't know. It was, we met back in like 2017. Shadow and I did, but it was a year that I had lost my job, and a few things happened. Hey, a few things happened. I was in a really like low place, and I had got my PlayStation. I was like 25 years old at the time, and I know that because the gamer tag that I had had the number 25 in it. That's kind of a thing I do, but I was sitting in my second apartment. It was like really down, really low. I was putting in like apps after apps after apps. Couldn't get a job. Um, so I started taking to video games a little bit more, just to kind of, as you said, get, out of the headspace of just straight depression all the time, to escape reality for a little bit, immerse myself into a world that really wasn't real, and just kind of started having fun. Decided one day, I was like, well, I have a YouTube channel. Why not, try doing the live stream, see how it goes. And took me about maybe 2 or 3 to kind of pick up traction, I guess. Sort of had a knack for it. Like I felt better talking to people and not thinking about the situation that was going on in my life at the time. And it was a really dark place. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't want to do anything before I picked up streaming, because I always tell people that streaming legitimately saved my life. And excuse me, a lot of people don't really understand. They're like, how did streaming save your life? I was not in a good headspace up here. I was at a place where I didn't want to be home, but I didn't want to leave the house. I didn't want to get up, but I didn't want to lay in the bed. I didn't want to eat, but I was constantly hungry. I didn't want to take a shower, but I didn't want to be filthy either. It was just like that inner battle within your mind kind of thing. And when I would be streaming, I didn't have to think of any of those things. I could just focus on the video game. I would have fun. People would come in. They would talk. We would talk about all kinds of stupid things. And it kind of became a thing for me. And that's really how that's how I got started, and I enjoyed it, and I've done it ever since.
See? So, gaming does have its high points, as we just pointed out there. So that's what got you into game. Well, that's what got into gaming and streaming. Obviously, you're a PlayStation player. We won't hold that against you. Well, I will, but anyway.
I started on PC. I really did. I started as a PC player.
That's even worse.
Well, it was like all, like the one-player games. Like you had back then. I remember I played a lot of Assassin's Creed. I am the biggest Assassin's Creed like fan. I love it to death. And started playing Assassin's Creed. Played a lot of like Elder Scrolls stuff. I had the Elder Scrolls Morrowind before like the online version now. Like the old school was so pixelated, it looks so terrible. Like you could see the little triangles on the things. Played a lot of that. Played Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Like did all those games on the computer. Didn't have a gaming computer. It crashed like 3 different desktops that I had. So I was like, well, maybe I should invest in a console. And I mean, I grew up with PlayStation 1, 2. We had a Sega in this house at one point. We had like the old school, what was it? The old school Nintendo that had like the genie sleeve and you had to like blow on the cartridge if there was dust in it so it would play. It was great. It was awesome. I had a lot of consoles in this house.
Oh no, hell yeah! I remember the cartridge games. Used to blow on it. Used to work completely. Now, if you get a corrupted file on one of your downloads, you have to re-download the whole entire game.
Yep.
Let's see what Warcry's just put in. Despicable, you downgraded because you went from PC to PlayStation, so he thinks that's a downgrade. But yeah, no. To each their own. It's Gamers Unite, Warcry. It doesn't matter if you play on PC unless you're playing PvP because PC players suck. But it doesn't matter what you game on. Gaming's gaming. And I'll even include in this is coming from me, I'll even include Facebook games like Farmville 2 and stuff like that. Doesn't matter. It's a game. You're gaming.
God, I remember Farmville.
Oh. What was it? I used to play
terrible game.
Used to play Fish Tank. Used to collect all the wee fishies and used to buy stuff. It was horrible. But anyway, yes. Oh, it was. But yeah, so I got you into gaming, and then obviously you said you did it before you started streaming on YouTube. And we talked about this yesterday. Yeah, we did yesterday. How many followers are you on YouTube?
Currently on my gaming channel, because I have 2. My Red Wolf Girl is my gaming one. My Chandel Trustler Arts is for my art account. But on the gaming one, I now have 205. I guess I gained one last night because I was at 204. I did a cheeky little stream last night on YouTube to kind of test the waters a little bit and kind of get back into it.
Yeah, no, that's always good. So, as you heard there, Red, or Chandel, which sounds really weird, by the way. 2017 up to now, always called her Red.
It's always been Red.
It's always been Red.
To note, for the folks at home that are watching this lovely thing who don't know, Red has been a nickname of mine since childhood, because I'm a redhead. But my gamer tag before I changed it used to be Redhead Warrior. And that's the thing that I picked as my first gamer tag. And so I kind of picked something that was just to keep, Red, because that's always been what people call me. But yeah, I think it's funny when like people who know my real name still call me by Red.
See,
it just tickles me a little bit.
I'm the opposite way around. I've called you Red since we've met, and just calling you Chandel is a bit. It's like it's weird. It doesn't sound right in my mouth when I'm talking to you. It's like, so Chandel. It's like, no, mine's like, no, that's wrong. I'm like, no, it's right. No, you're wrong. Mine, shut your face. I know for a fact I'm right. Her name is Red. No. Hey,
her gamer tag is Chantel.
Exactly. It's like, shh. Right. So, yes, I'm going to call you Red till the day that Tori finally sticks a fork in me. That's what it is. So that's like me, like Shadow. That's me. That's what most people call me. Except for Tori, she calls me other names that I won't repeat. But yeah, so like for instance, gamer tags. So you explained that basically you're Redhead Warrior 25 because that's when you got your PlayStation. Okay, what made you change your gamer tag? So Warcry, you're in the chat as well, so you can actually answer this in the chat, and we'll bring it up as well. So, what prompted you to begin with for your first ever gamer tag? What made you make that your gamer tag?
When I went by Redhead Warrior, obviously the red hair, because there's not a lot of us. There's not a lot of us in the United States that are redheads. There's far and few that you find them. You can find them more in different countries like, Ireland, Scotland. I'm pretty sure you guys have more redheads over there than you do over here, and it's ridiculous. I'm just like, I want to see more of my people. So the first half of it was obviously because of my red hair, and the warrior part. Honestly, I think it was a subconscious thing because I was in the back of my mind, I was fighting for my life, kind of a thing. So I think really I was like, you are a warrior child, like, you got this, just approach it that way. I don't know. I think honestly it was a subconscious choice. And then the 25, because one, they wouldn't just let me pick Redhead Warrior. I don't know, some bimbo picked that as a name, and I was mad. So I put the 25 at the end, because that's how old I was when I had bought my first, the console I have now, actually. It's crazy, it's like 5 years old. 6 years old.
So there you go. So you evolved from Redhead Warrior. So what made you the change from the Redhead Warrior into Red Wolf Girl?
Well, I kept Red because that's what everybody's used to calling me. That was like my internet name at the time. And then I love wolves. I mean, I have a wolf blanket right here. Like, I have all things wolves. Like, wolves are my spirit animal, I think. If I died and I was in a past life, I think wolves would probably be my past life. But what? For the chat, we're saying we got this individual, my father, this lovely soul.
You and the old bean?
Yeah, you're on the internet.
Hi, internet. It's about time I got on here. I've been busting the gate doing 98 a long time.
63 this Sunday.
Police are on their way. No worries. If
Well,
they cuff me and take me out,
we went and got him a
it's
guitar.
fine.
He got a guitar, and he's what, 3 years now, Brennan?
Yeah, 3 years
Playing the
since
guitar?
I started playing. I started playing when I first turned 6.
And we were at the place this morning, and he was looking at all these guitars, and I was kind of liking how a couple of them sounded, but he picks this one up, and he like just does the one strum and looks at me. He looks at me and he's like, oh.
This Yamaha just said, put the other ones down, take me home. So it's a black.
Just remind your dad that all guest stars on TV shows are either one, the killer, or two, end up being killed.
What did he say? Because I can't hear you.
He's in my headphones. He said, just remind your dad that the guest stars are always what?
Are always
the killer?
Are always the killer or end up being killed.
Are you in here to kill me?
Well, actually, I'm just making a cameo because I'm not written in for the whole series. Sometime between me leaving the screen and getting out the door, somebody cuts me off. So you probably won't see me again. Right for me now.
It was the king with the wood chipper and the staircase.
Oh, cheapers.
What does Warcry say here? It is strange. It would be like calling me Kenny. Warcry is his first gamer tag, and it was kind of given to me by friends, as I like wolves, and my friend said Wolves Hill like a Warcry, and it kind of stuck. Hello, Mr. Red, sir. Oh, do not call him Mr. Red. That is just wrong on so many levels. You want to know why? Because he has no hair.
Well, he does. It's just he's balding on the top. It's his pelon. It's bald.
He won't have any hair on a pump through a wood chipper.
Look, Viper. Don't laugh at me, okay? This is the life I live.
Exactly. Right. So before we were rudely interrupted by the cameo, who's been
Okay.
killed, who's now been killed off screen, as you can all hear.
It's the ghost of me. I'm dead. It's the ghost. I'm haunting you guys. Don't believe it.
Hold on. Who are we going to call? Ghostbusters!
I need to run down and make my mom's tea really quick. I'll be right back.
No
Give me,
problem.
like,
So I need to go into a pee. We'll be back in 5.
minutes.
Aye. Well, hello there. Come here often. Red. Why can't I hear you now?
I had my mic muted, sorry.
That is slander.
Well, I did it so that like if I came back and you were already, like ready and everything, I don't. But yeah, I was trying to to explain it to him. I was like, Dad, he's doing this on his YouTube channel. Like it's an interview. Like there's because he loves his off the cuffness, and I'm just like, I am so sorry, everyone.
No. To be honest, I like your dad coming in. Tell your dad next week we'll get him in as a cameo when we're doing a D&D chat.
Oh Lord.
Right, so you're
You'll never hear the end of him.
right. So before we were interrupted by the cameo again, hold on, I need that up. That's what I need up. Right, okay. How are you doing all? Okay, there we go. Right, so
Yeah, I was just interacting with the chat.
that's fine. Right, okay, so why is that coming up there? That's weird. Let's go here. Right, so yes, you're explaining that a wolf is your spirit animal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's you came up with red because red was your original one, wolf because that's your spirit animal, and girl because I'm assuming you're a girl. So
Obviously.
but you can't assume nowadays. I filled in a job application and it went, "What is your? How do you class yourself?" And it went male, fluid, transgender, omnisexual. Didn't have teapot, so I was screwed. But yes. Like Warcry said, he got that because he likes wolves as well, and all his friends said, well, a wolf's howl is their Warcry type of thing. Ta-da. Me, myself, I used to be Shadow Lord, because that used to be one of my D&D characters. He was literally a Shadow Lord. Shadow steps, shadow weapons, vorpal weapons that created with shadow. It was fantastic. It was. It really was. His name was Krull. Anyway, and then I gave myself a promotion because why the hell not? And I became Shadow King, which I thought was really nice. Good little update for myself, which was quite nice, and that was basically it. And obviously, Tori's is Shadow Queen because she is my queen. And then we have little kids, they'll be like a Shadow Prince, Shadow Princess, Shadow Bitch. But yes. So, let's move on to the next question. So, the next question would be, how does gaming in general, or streaming in general, affect your mental health?
Oh, that's a tough question. I don't know. It's a how to phrase the thing. Hang on, I gotta fix my blanket. This chair's falling apart. It's kind of like a two-part answer. Just gaming in general can be, if we're just looking at the gaming side of all of this, there are ups and there are downs. The ups are you have fun when you're playing the game, when you're playing with friends and things like that, and you have a blast and you're laughing and you're just playing the game for whatever. I mean, even people who like are super hardcore at the game can still have fun, right? But when you have like those times when your friends go off of the game, like say they got to shut it down for the night, or they don't have the time. Anything could come up. Life happens, right? When you're playing the game, and that can kind of be sad because then you kind of get lonely if you don't have anybody else to play with at the time. So it's a little up and a little down, not like a roller coaster, but way more fun than roller coasters because I hate them. But I think for me personally, gaming isn't it's not too terrible because I know that like in my mind you are in Scotland, you're 6 hours ahead of me. So like I keep that in mind, so I can't really it doesn't really upset me because I play with you on this game like way more than really anybody else that's on my friends list. Um but like for the people who live over like in the UK area, I don't get as upset because I'm like, well, they're X amount of hours ahead of me. Obviously, they're going to bed right now, so I don't really, it doesn't bother me. But like in general, as we're talking about the gaming populace, it can be like a little bit of a yay and a little bit of like, oh shit, now I'm playing by myself and it's eh.
No, that is understandable because I feel the same way, to be honest. Like, say when I'm going to bed and you're like, it's only like say 10, so it'd be what 5 for you. It's like, well, that kind of fucking sucky. 'Cause I think the longest we've actually played together has been probably about 8, 9 o'clock your time. So that's about
It's like 1 or 2 in the morning your time.
3 in the morning for my time, and it was like, right, okay, I better go to bed or I'm going to pass out. Which is fine. But I think what we should do for that one is I should plan like a 24-hour stream and start at like, I don't know, 9 o'clock in the morning and stream all the way to 9 o'clock the following morning.
You'll have to do a lot of stand-up sessions if you're gonna do that with your back.
I know.
You will have to. And honestly, like I know we talked about it a little bit before, but you can go through and research through like if you were to, not saying that you have to, but if you were to go through my gaming channel, you'll find a stream that was like 9 hours long. Didn't even feel like 9 hours long. Because I was enjoying myself. I was enjoying the chat. The chat was loving it, and I was like, "Well, guys, it's been fun. You have been amazing. I'm gonna shut it down. I'm tired." And the chat just blew up. Like, "No, don't go. Keep going. We wanna," because they were like genuinely enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
It kind of made me feel good because I was like, "Well, at least I know I'm semi entertaining or whatever." And I went for like 9 hours and some. I don't even remember like the minutes that it was, but I know it was a 9 hour long stream.
Yeah.
And purely from chat's request, but honestly, it didn't feel that bad. But because I don't have a camera to show what I'm doing while I'm gaming, it's awesome. I can just stand up and play, and nobody will know if I'm standing up or sitting down. So, like, if your butt gets numb or your legs hurt or your back hurts, just stand up, play, and you can keep going, and the chat has a good time, and it's awesome.
Oh no, absolutely, exactly. Like, what I cried just right there? A mini Shadow King or Shadow Queen. That's a scary thought. It is when we take over the world.
Wah ha ha ha.
Wah ha ha. But yeah, see, like the other day that we did like that. It's about 9, almost a 10-hour stream we did, and I started to feel it maybe 7 hours into it, and see the moment we finished the stream. And I got up, I almost hit the flipping floor because my leg just gave way. It's like, oh god, back stretch, crack, everything.
Yep.
So like I say, everybody does the 24-hour streams and things like that. But I think the best idea for that, if we were to do, say for instance, for a mental health charity, a global mental health charity, say we were to do a charity stream, right? Because we've got, for instance, you over that side, me over this side. There's like Warcry as well. There's loads of people. We've got loads of people involved. It's not as bad because you just do like, well, I'll do from this time to this time, then hand it off to you. So I'll raid into your stream and we'll take everybody with us. And then we'll raid into that stream, then we'll raid into that stream and raid into that stream. So everybody does a stint in the 24-hour like full stream, which is quite good. But I think I might try that. A 24-hour stream. I'll make sure I've got my heat pads. Get Tori to like run back and forth with sandwiches. Woot woot.
She'll love that one.
Oh hell yeah, Tori sandwich.
Just redeem the woman.
Just where's my sandwich, bitch?
Honestly, that's a good idea, especially if you're going to do it over on Twitch. Now, I imagine we're probably going to get into this conversation a little bit later, but I'll just briefly touch upon it. with Twitch, you have that ability to like redeem little things to remind the streamer, like, hey, hydrate, hey, stretch or stand up for a little bit or change your, fix your posture or anything like that. Because I know that a lot of artists have that as a redeem point, like either it's, save your work if you're working on a thing that you can save on, or posture checks because you're sitting in one position for so long, whether you're playing video games, you're drawing or anything like that, you're sitting stagnant for quite a long time, and it'll tense up the muscles, and you just be like, ah, crap, I gotta move, and then when you move, it's like pain, you know.
Or sweaty hands for some people.
I have that problem. And it's not even like I'm trying to be sweaty. It's, like with the game, like I get into it, but I also have severe anxiety. And that could be on both sides. That could be either good anxiety or bad anxiety. Like you got the suspense. And the clip I showed you last night from last night's stream of the 13 kills I went on. I had the most kills out of everybody in that match.
And that never happens.
I got teabagged on, and I just emoted on the other team because it was only one person. They weren't like riding as a crew.
Yeah.
I just loaded into some eliminations and it happened, but. Hydrate, people. Hydrate.
Hydrate. But yeah, well, we'll touch on the YouTube versus Twitch subject in a minute, but we'll go back to teabagging, right? So, there's two forms of this, right? For guys, it's called teabagging because we've got a ball sack. For women, it's called clam slamming.
I always just refer to it as teabagging just across the board because the other over here, a lot of things that you guys say, just taking a step back from like gamer talk for a second, a lot of things that you guys say over there that are like totally common and everybody's like, it's not like offensive, really? I mean, it is, but it's not like, oh my god, I can't believe you just said that. Whereas over here, that kind of thing is like a offensive-ish statement because Americans make it that way. So I'm like, I'll just generalize it and call it teabagging.
Teabagging, yeah. But yeah, there's two forms of it because if you just generalize it, that's sexist. Women deserve rights too.
Well, I'm not doing it as far as that. I have, the cameo we'll refer to.
Cameo.
Will say things to me, and I'm just like, we haven't been having any fights as of late, and I've been loving it. So I'm just trying to keep it that way.
Exactly. Otherwise, the cameo will not get paid for next season. Season 2,
won't be written into the next one.
No, definitely not. But yeah, so teabagging, clam slamming. In Destiny, you can do emotes, right? Which is fine. However, when this is something that it riles me up a little bit, right? So, in Destiny especially, there is some weapons that I refer to as scum weapons or slimy weapons. One of those a weapon I use is called the Jotun, right? And I use it.
The toaster.
The toaster. I use it in eliminations, or I'll use it in Trials of Osiris, which is basically you each get one life and you can be revived. Okay, but if all three of your teammates get killed, that's your team's wiped. You go into the next match. But I don't use it all the time. I'm quite good with the scout rifle now as well, so I can use that. However, there's other weapons that are, like Red always says, and I always follow this myself, they're in the game for a reason. If they weren't meant to be used in PvP or PvE, you wouldn't be allowed to use them. So, you've got a weapon called the Last Word, for instance, which is a hand cannon. To anybody else, it's basically a revolver, okay? And that's hip fire. So you don't even have to aim it, you just fire it and it fires really, really fast. And 9 times out of 10, unless you've got something else like the Jotun, for instance, or something that's going to take them out faster, they will 9 times out of 10 kill you. Mm-hmm. You've got Dead Man's Tail, which is a scout rifle, which is a single shot rifle. Think of it like a Winchester. That That's deadly. But you've also got weapons like what's it called?
Well, like the scum weapons, or are we talking about just like any exotic here?
Probably any exotic scum weapon. I'm trying to think of the names of them. I can't remember what they're called.
Oh, well, there's Telesto, there's Le Monarch, there's the Graviton Lance. Then you have stuff like the
It's a fusion.
Chaperone.
Chaperone. I'm thinking of the fusion rifles. I can't remember what they're called. Trace rifles. That's it. Trace rifles.
You have
Prometheus Lens,
there's
Wave
the
Splitter,
Cold Heart. Well, that's
Cold Heart.
not exotic, but
Cold Heart is an exotic.
is it?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I haven't used it since Warmind.
Exactly. So these are all weapons that are like very, very powerful. Okay. But anyway, we sort of digress with weapons. Well, I digress with weapons. But anyway, so if you're using these weapons, right? For instance, I use the Jotun, which I know is one of the most hated weapons in Destiny, right? Because it sort of kind of tracks. The tracking's been nerfed a wee bit, so you can literally dodge it 1 second before it hits you. However, I don't teabag. So if I get I think last match was it. Can't remember how many kills. I had like a 14 KD or 12 KD.
It was crazy. It was a lot.
It was a lot, right? And I didn't teabag anybody because I knew for a fact that even though it was a win, it wasn't a high win for me anyway. I got hate mail. Oh, don't think yourself. Through the whole match, don't think yourself's good because you're using the Jotun. This was coming from somebody who was using the last word. So with the Jotun, you have to charge it up before you fire it. So there's a good 2 second, 3 second charge time before you have to fire it.
Yep.
With the last word, you just fire. And they were using Revoker, which is literally a sniper rifle designed for PvP. All the perks that come with it.
The sweatier stuff.
The sweatier stuff. It's all designed for it. And they were teabagging. It's like, well, if I didn't teabag you using a scum weapon, why are you teabagging me using a scum weapon?
And the bad thing is, for people who don't really know, if you're not like a Destiny player, for Last Word, for instance, since Shadow brought it up, you can aim down the sight or ADS, and you can get some pretty good numbers, but it actually is more accurate. And this is the crazy part about this gun. It's actually more accurate if you use hip fire. If you're just firing from the hip, not really aiming, there's like a little circle that comes up on the screen. You can see where the scope's at, kind of thing, without aiming down the sight to see your target. And as long as you put that little circle over it and you hip fire, it's actually more accurate that way. Whereas the Jotun, it's not accurate at all. You have to do some guesswork and get a little fancy with some of your shots, because last night I proved it. The opposite team, the people who were teabagging me, the person that teabagged me had the Jotun, and they kept firing at me. Well, I'm a hunter. I can dodge out of the way because you can see it coming, and it's from a long distance. When it's closer, it's a little bit harder because the splash radius. But if you can see that ball of fire coming at you, you can dodge right out of the way and won't get hit. So
exactly. Speaking of hip fire, the Dead Man's Tale as well is better hip firing than it is aiming down the sights, because that's what they're designed for. Basically, I would say the Last Word and the Dead Man's Tale are basically what I would call Western style weapons.
Yeah, like cowboy weapons.
Cowboy weapons, or cowgirl weapons, or cow gender neutral weapons, depending on what you like. But yeah. But teabagging for me, if you're annihilating the other team, they've for instance, when you go into eliminations or trials, it's about 4 or 5 matches, give or take,
depending.
So if you're on your 4th match and you've won 4, the enemy team's won 0, and you win the 5th match and you teabag, it's like, well. It's not that the other team is bad, it's just that you're better skilled or better communication or one of those things. You have no right to teabag someone else.
Exactly.
So, what me and Red usually do, when we do this, if we get teabagged on... Hold on, I'm missing one of my chat screens for some weird reason. yeah, if we get teabagged on, okay, that is open house on the rest of the team, regardless if they teabagged or not. If one of your team members teabag, you get teabagged back on. And I mean, not just like a wee up and down, like I go to town on his face, like
He goes aggro with tea bags. I just do the emotes, but I grab out my little sweeper emote and I sweep up the trash.
exactly. So, literally, I go to it's like a jack in the box. And emotes as well, like say, fair enough, right? If you do a hell of a cracking shot for, say, what I would call the kill cam, the last shot of the match, you kill the person, game's over, it's done, and say you sniped him from the sliver of fucking reaches. I mean, like if he's going under a corner, you get him just before he hits and he dies. Feel free to emote. You deserve to emote. If, like Red did, I'm pretty sure you kill all 3 people with a grenade launcher. Was it you? And one of the PV, I think you picked up heavy and you shot it. Did you know?
Yeah, it's a rocket launcher.
Rocket launcher. Hello, my love.
That has a good splash damage.
Is that my food? Is that my...
Ooh.
That's my.
She's brought snacks.
You're in front of my camera.
Well, move then.
Semi.
Gotta hit that booty!
Penny, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you.
Oh, baby.
Don't threaten him with a good time.
Yeah, don't threaten me with a good time. Anyway, so we digress. So we're back on. So yeah, so emoting is absolutely fine if you deserve to emote. If you 3-team one person, you don't get to emote. That to me makes the game, for some people who play PvP,
Hello.
how to explain it. For instance, we're not big PvP players. If you're somebody, a kindergarten, somebody who's just joined Destiny, and you are going into a comp for the first time, and the first thing you get is shot with the Jotun in the face and somebody teabagging you, that's disheartening.
Yeah, it is. It's aggression.
Exactly. It's a hell of aggression. Hell of aggression. And it's stuff like that, like say, you game to game. Now, I'll admit, Destiny and, for instance, Facebook pages on the actual Bungie forums is toxic community. Toxic to the hill. You ask a question and somebody will nail you to the wall for asking a question. And it's a simple question, like say kindergartens, like say they're people who just joined the game. You've got blueberries who are people who are randoms who just join you and don't know what they're doing. But if somebody new is asking a question, for instance, they see somebody with anarchy, for instance, which you can't get anymore because it was part of the raid drops. You'll have to literally do raids, collect spoils and get it. But anyway, somebody asks that question, oh well, why don't you YouTube it? Well, what's the point of having this community if I have to go and YouTube something? I could just leave the community and go and YouTube something. But I'm always under the impression that if somebody's willing to ask for help or needs help, help them. Explain to what to do, take them through something. I say if open, it should be gamers with gamers, not gamer versus gamer.
Mm-hmm.
Help people. It's the whole point of gaming to me, and the whole entirety of everything. Even though we're going to do all the bad sides and all the good sides and pros and cons, you're on my stream again. I'll move. Hold on. There we go. She's still on my stream.
It's just because you're over that way to her, yeah.
2 seconds.
You're in proximity of her, so it shows her.
There we go. I'll move that here. So that should be a little bit. You can still see her. Still see you. That's fine, eh?
It's alright.
Oh God, give me a
You don't mind seeing her lovely face.
I do.
You're married to her. You get to see her all the time.
Just remember, Tori, right? No matter what, for your booty, as long as I have a head, you'll always have a place to sit. Anyway, so. Red is shocked and appalled. Can I get my chips?
I will say this as a sidebar to your emotes versus teabagging. Now, in my opinion, I do not mind. You can emote on me all you want. Emotes are in the game. Teabags are not. Anything they have in the game is fair game. Teabagging is an act of aggression, and that kind of it boils up the other team. When you're angry, you can't think. Even in real life, if you're in a real fight and you're angry, you do not think proper. You will go crazy and all the things, right? So if, say for instance, I'm in the middle of a match, I got Guardians coming up against me, I get killed, I get annihilated, they come up and they emote on me, I'm like, oh, that's fine, because I get to see what everybody else in the Crucible's emoting with, right? I get to see what's in the pool of thoughts. But the minute that I get teabagged, I will emote on people. And I don't teabag back because I don't want to be an aggressor, but I can egg them on. Like my second favorite besides the sweep. I like to do the sweepy one, especially on like people who are extra aggressive, and they're like aggressive players, right? They'll come at you, they'll charge at you, and every time they kill you, they'll just teabag you because they're just dicks. Then there's the people that like they actually get a good kill off, and maybe they get a little too excited and they teabag. Not everybody's trying to be aggressive, but it's an act of aggression. Those people, they get emoted on. Those people, I will popcorn on you. The ones that are just like hardcore, they'll go and they'll attack you and then just aggressively teabag you. They get sweeped on because they are trash. That's the difference.
Just to clarify for everybody, popcorning on someone isn't a euphemism. There's actually an emote where you eat popcorn. just to make that clear. Because if he goes, oh, I popcorn on somebody might take that as rude and a sexual innuendo.
It's the cutest thing ever because it's like it's a bucket, like a theater bucket of popcorn, and the Guardian's holding this bucket and they're going yum yum yum. What's up? Yum yum yum. It's the cutest thing in the world. I absolutely love it, and I'll do that. Like I did that yesterday when I was doing a small stream yesterday, and I had this one hunter who just kept going at it, and it was kind of pissing me off. And then they teabagged me. Excuse me. And then I killed them all. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I got 4 kills in one match. There's only 3 Guardians. But it was a chain res kill. So I killed one. They went to revive the one I killed. I killed the second guy. The third guy went in the room because we were on Bannerfall. And the third guy went in the room to revive the person. So I'm sitting down. I'm scoping with my mini sniper rifle, and that's a scout rifle. And I'm just waiting. So as I see the ghost flickering, because when they're rezzing, you can see the ghost start to flicker. So I'm shooting the ghost. They come back to life. I kill them. They res the second person. I killed the second person, and then the dude came, runs down, and the rest of my team killed him, and I did the far off stuff. It was the funniest thing that's ever happened to me. It was my first Crucible match last night, and it was just, I enjoyed myself. I really did, even though I got teabagged on. And in the audio, you can hear me. I'm like, oh, wow. You know how to teabag. Good for you. You're just going to have numb nuts when you're done. And just kind of went about myself and had the game. Tried not to get, too worked up about it because people are morons. People can still be complete dicks in the game. It's going to happen. Just keep a level head and emote away.
Hell yeah. There's one thing I will say, which I've figured out myself, and Tori's figured this out. Sometimes when I'm playing Destiny and I'm playing something and it's getting me riled up and I'm getting angry and it's just stupid things, what I would say is to anybody, if you're streaming, if you're gaming, stop. Take 5 minutes, like Red said there. Stop. Pause the stream. Pause the game. Stand up, go outside, get a breath of fresh air, come back in, but stop. The more you get, the more you get riled up, 1, you can't concentrate, like Red said. 2, it's going to make you start hating that aspect of what you're doing. So, comp. It's going to make you hate playing comp. But what I found is what I need to do anyway before Tuesday is Mayhem. Mayhem's on, so Mayhem is fantastic. You get your supers back super fast and you just annihilate the other team, or they annihilate you, one of the two. But always take it with a pinch of salt, anything that happens. Stop, breathe, come back, reset, do it again. Which is always the best way to do it. So, now we'll move on to the question that we had beforehand. Twitch versus YouTube.
Versus Facebook gaming. I did do some research on that yesterday after you and I had talked a little bit. So I opened up some YouTube. I just had some stuff on for noise in the background. And I took notes. So
this is a segment where Red's going to take over.
So where Shadow can enjoy some of his dinner or snack bit. I don't know. It's
McDonald's.
late there for you, I'm thinking. It's about what, 9:40, almost 10.
9:40 on the
But
button.
anywho, so I was looking at because Shadow and I were having this conversation of what's better, and the reason why we're kind of doing this experiment. I know I typed it in the chat earlier. Kind of made this little note. Doing something as an experiment to see what the community's like, how much traction you can gain, how you can grow your community, right? Your channel, be it Facebook, be it YouTube, be it Twitch. Because these are all 3 different entities that you can use to stream literally anything. Video games is a little bit easier to do streams on because anybody can get into a game. Everybody has different preferences, and there's thousands of games out there. All you need really is anything to play a game on and just hit go live. On computers, it's a lot easier because you can have multiple screens and have programs running and, you know, all the fun things. But basically, when it comes down to it, all you do is you boot up a game, hit go live. So, I know Mixer used to be a thing, but it's like really not around anymore. So I didn't get a lot of info on that. But that used to be the thing before Twitch became its own entity. And Shadow and I were kind of talking about what about Facebook gaming, because I know a little bit about the YouTube world. I've been on YouTube. I started on YouTube, been over to Twitch, been over there. I'm part of the affiliate program over there, but it's kind of tough. So I did the Facebook researching, and I found an article that was talking about the pros and cons. And this is an update version of it, because I found one that was in 2022. And if any of you guys want to like find it, my source was from streamscheme.com is the article that I found. And this person, I kind of did some research on Facebook gaming. Basically, I typed in, is Facebook gaming worth it? And that's what came up. It's one of the first articles I found. I read a few other ones and kind of, they overlapped things. So I just went with my first set of notes that I found. But in the opening statements, there were a few things that this person that wrote this article had called golden standards, and I put these in quotes, that Facebook gaming has, and there are several drawbacks from the platform as far as like streaming your video games to Facebook. It's a top rated social media site that a lot of people use, and there are a lot of the younger community. Yeah, closed down by Microsoft. Yeah. There's a lot of that younger community, and as long as this is one of the drawbacks of any kind of site. I don't care if you're using Facebook, if you're using YouTube, if you're using Twitch. As long as you are entertaining, keyword, big letters, entertaining, you can quickly grow a following, and that was like one of the big major things that was like there. It was kind of screaming it, said it in a few different ways in different statements, but it stuck out to me because sadly it's the truth. If you're not, you either have to be one of a couple things when you stream. You have to be obviously entertaining, otherwise nobody's going to watch you. You have to be either funny as heck or the best there is at the game. If you're like a really bomb video gamer, you play the game and you make kills all the time, people are going to watch that because you're really good at the game. Or if you're really terrible at the game, you better be funny at doing it so people can come back because you're entertaining. It's hilarious to watch. People love watching funny stuff. That's me all the time. I'm dying left and right.
Gives me
I
content.
I don't know if I'm funny or not. People say I'm funny. I'm not trying to be. I just say stupid random things because I swear to God, it's either like just retard brain, ADHD brain. I don't know. Something's going on up here.
You're
and
as
it's
funny
just
as your
a mess.
dad.
Well, that's I can't do anything about that. That's but there was just kind of list of pros and cons. There's the pros are, it's like it's a big social media site that you can literally anybody can be on, you know, anybody can find. It's easy to just type in a name, boom, there it is, but some of the things are the Facebook algorithm. What I found was the Facebook algorithm doesn't allow your followers to see your lives right away. You don't have like that you know how like on YouTube, as long as you click on the bell and hit all notifications, because there's like some, none, or all. If you don't click all notifications, you'll get some notifications through your feed, but you won't get all of them. So YouTube has that option to where you can be like, hey, notify me. Facebook doesn't it's all like algorithm based, and it doesn't do it right away, like as soon as you go live. YouTube's is as long as you have those notifications on, YouTube's is like, hey, so and so's live. Facebook will be like so and so's live, but you won't get it until like maybe sometimes depending, 2-3 minutes after, sometimes 10 minutes after. And I've seen that just in with my church's live streams, because every Sunday they live stream the service. It doesn't notify me all the time right away. Sometimes I don't get it until like 15 minutes into the live stream. So that's 15 minutes that you're missing of watching the opening statements. If there's an announcement at the beginning of the stream, I know I like to do my announcements at the beginning of the stream. So there's potential stuff that you can be missing. So that was kind of one of the cons. I put this under my own cons list. This isn't necessarily a con that came from the article that I found, but that was one of them. So it says that you may need to use like Twitter or another platform to stay up to date with what's going on. Which Twitch also does this when somebody goes live. All you have to do is click follow. You don't even have to turn on notifications. You can click follow unless you like fiddle with your notifications like I do. I turn mine off because I have too many people on my Twitch and it's just ridiculous. But Twitch would be like, hey, so and so's live. It'll pop right up on your phone, on your computer, whatever you have it on. It'll say, hey, so and so's live playing this. So that's the other two platforms kind of have a little hand up on Facebook Gaming. On Facebook Gaming, I put another under my under my cons list. It's lax in the privacy issues. It's easier for users to maliciously find people, which is so true because not everybody has a gamer tag as what they're going to watch somebody on. Like you can be like, say for instance, if I had a gaming page and I had it Red Wolf Girl and I had nothing that was connected to my real name or anything on Facebook, people would have to do some serious digging to find out who the heck I was. But say if Polly Sue comes in, all I have to do is look at what her profile picture is, go and type in something, go and type in her, whatever her username is, Polly Sue, boom, it brings it up. You can send them a message and you can send hate mail just like this. It's one of the things I put that on a severe cons list because it's easier for people to be a troll to you and just be absolutely crappy, sending you a private message like, oh, you suck or whatever. You said this and this and I didn't like it, or, something. So I put that on my cons list. The other thing I put on my cons list, which I didn't know this until I read this on this article, was the fact that Facebook will prioritize the people that pay for ads versus the people that don't pay for ads. So if you're streaming and you're paying for ads so you can get that revenue, Facebook would be like, oh, they're paying for stuff. Like put them on the top, put them on the top. Show them more to more people that are looking under these categories than people who don't pay for ads. So I was like, that's red flag for me. I don't think I would use Facebook gaming because I have too many things that are like, just there's so much that I need to do over on Facebook anyway. So I don't think I would do that. And then there are just some other ones that I found, not necessarily on a pro or con list, but some things that I found that a lot of people were saying they don't like the look of it. They didn't like the way that some of the features worked on Facebook gaming. And then there's just there's some of the younger crowd that like Facebook doesn't want to let go of because it's an app that everybody can use, so it doesn't matter the age, and whereas like YouTube and Twitch you have to be at least 18 or older to have an account. Supposed to be. A lot of people will lie about their age on there, but there is a feature where, and I had this on there at one point in time, you can have whoever comes in your chat either has to have a verified email address or a verified telephone number so that they can talk in your chat. And Facebook doesn't have that because Facebook doesn't want to let go of that younger audience. I mean, it's fine if you're streaming like Farmland or a cutesy game or something that's generated for children. But a lot of times we gamers get very aggressive in our speech and sometimes not child appropriate.
That's very true. You're really bad at swearing when you're gaming.
Yeah. And Shadow didn't think I did a lot of swearing.
Nope, it's atrocious. My ears burn, and I don't swear at all when I'm gaming. I'm like completely flat.
That's a lie from the pit of hell.
Don't talk about my wife.
She's not the pit of hell. What the heck?
When she starts talking.
And then because my notes aren't very like long about it. I left some of my opinions at the bottom of this page. I said from what I'm seeing, YouTube may be a better way to gain a following, and I've just known that in general because it's whoever. Like nobody really puts their real name on there unless they just really don't care and they use it for watching videos anyways. And then I had also said that there are a lot of things that Twitch is doing that Facebook is trying to copy, in quotes, that Facebook is trying to copy in a sense, because of their level up program. I didn't go into the whole bits because it was like page upon page upon page about their level up program, but Facebook's level up program is kind of like the affiliate program that's you do not swear. I do. I really do. You just don't see it a lot. The level up program is trying to mirror the affiliate program going into the partner program that Twitch has. Now, YouTube has a partner program, but that is all it is. Once you hit a certain number, you can then enter into the partner program where you can start getting monetary value on your channel. And it's just, you need a certain amount of view time on your channel, which if you're constantly uploading or doing a lot of streaming to your channel, you'll get a lot more view time than you will on regular uploads when you have a smaller following. And I say that because when I first started out streaming, I had gotten quite a bit of views on my YouTube channel from streams, but you also have to stream more than like 2 hours. 2 hours, I would say 2.5 to 3 hours would be the minimum that you would want to stream to get an okay viewership on your on your channel, and it all depends on the titling that you put. Because if somebody wants to look up a video about something, as long as there's some keywords that you have in your title that they're searching, YouTube will grab that video and throw it in the recommendations of videos that you want to watch. They'll be like, do you want to watch this? And if somebody's like, oh, this is a 3 hour some stream, this must be a live stream, they can click on it and they can watch it. Now, if they watch the whole thing or not is up to, again, if you're, entertaining or something catches their eye or ear that they want to listen to. Whereas like with Twitch, it's really hard to grow a following unless you're constantly promoting yourself. You're pushing it out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or, depending on what your accounts are that you want to push. But a lot of people use Twitter because it's the place to go get info. Apparently, I don't know. I'm stuck with gamers and artists on my Twitter, so I don't know what the rest of the world's doing. But there were a lot of things that I found that Facebook's trying to mirror that Twitch has.
Yeah.
So I kind of just ruled Facebook out for myself. But again, that's another thing of to each his own. Whoever, what platform you want to go on and what platform you might want to find. If you want to stream on Facebook, I would recommend making a spoof account for yourself where you have an alternate like email address, but don't use your real name just in case you want to go watch people so they can't find you and send you hate.
Okay.
Shadow.
No. So, you've basically covered all the stuff I was going to cover as well with Facebook gaming. So, we won't do a scale of 1 to 10 because obviously I think 1 to 10 is just completely stupid. So, on a scale of 1 to 5... What? What's that?
A burger.
Cool. Anyway. Show me stuff for.
There was a big thing in it. It's, at first I thought somebody had eaten it.
There's a big thing in it. There's supposed to be a big thing in it. It's a burger.
Shut up.
Sorry. You've got your dad, I've got the wife. It's
an even kilter. We're good. The scales are even. It's fine.
yeah. Right, so on a scale of 1 to 5, obviously 1 being don't and 5 being go for it. Your honest opinion, Facebook gaming, where would you rate it at the moment?
Probably a solid 3, like somewhere in the middle. And that's just because I kind of stick to this phrase, to each their own. Just like I do in Destiny, I always say everybody has their own god role, and everybody's like, no, this is the god role. I'm like, everybody plays the game different. Everybody handles things differently. So I would honestly say if you're thinking about doing it, go for it. It's not going to hurt you, especially if you're just starting out and streaming. You can try it out, but I don't say like it's the best, and I'm like it's trash. I'm not either one of those. So I would, if I could really honestly rate it, I would probably go somewhere in the middle with like a 3.
Oh my god.
Just to be like, try it out, see if you like it. Because if you don't like it, it's not going to hurt you if you absolutely stop or delete that account or anything of the sort. It's not going to hurt you.
No, that's probably very true. I'm probably on the sort of same way you are as a 3. It's so like Warcry said, like we've discussed, Mixer is basically the Facebook gaming is a replacement for Mixer. Microsoft just went, we've had enough. We'll hand it off to Facebook and they can deal with it, which I think personally was the biggest mistake in the world they ever made. Mixer was fantastic. But with Facebook is, like you said, they're missing key features. It's easy to find somebody. It's easy to hate mail. Me personally, it's like, yes, on Twitch, I've got video. So when you first log into my stream, video pop up, an ad pops up, and then it pops up. I think it's like every 30 minutes or something like that, which I don't really like, and I think I'm just going to switch off. I do think you can switch off ads actually.
Yeah, but they still play.
They still play.
I have mine switched off on mine, and Twitch just wants their money out of it. So.
Yeah, I think they only play at the start though when somebody first comes in when you switch them off. We you like say we no, oh that's even worse. Let's say
Nope, they changed it.
yeah, but with Facebook in particular, gone for people. Oh, they put ads on. Let's put them to the top, like you said, everything like that. Let's bang out the order. It's absolutely bang out the order. We discussed the affiliate programs between Twitch and YouTube last night as well, where Twitch has two, affiliate and partner, where YouTube just has partner, which is right in the middle where you would have to get between affiliate and partner anyway. And their step program is probably just going to be the same, and we have to hit certain goals. But I would rate it a 3 as well, just because I don't know why, because it's not very new at the moment, but it's new and it's lacking, and it's not got the same, like you said, division. So, for instance, if with my social media links on Twitch, somebody can't go and find my personal stuff and go, right, there he's there, and send me a message. Like, say, on Facebook, they can. So, it's definitely going to be, okay, I'm going to put it into a 2, just to be awkward. Right?
Just to be awkward.
Just to be awkward. So, between us, it's basically, a score of 10 between us, it's rated a 5, so it's rated half.
Roughly, yeah.
Roughly. However, I'll probably say, in the grade sense, it's a 5 minus. Because there's a lot of stuff they need to fix on it. They need to add in stuff, like they've got stars, which is basically just bits. But you can't do half the stuff you can on Twitch.
Right. And that's why I said they're trying to chase Twitch with the different functionality-wise and things that they can do.
Do and add in. Okay. So what we'll do now is...
Doing an interview here.
Is that your mum?
That's my dad.
It's your dad again.
Yeah, this is featuring the biggest cameo of his life.
Your dad's a gamer.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. He is. He's a gamer.
Last week in May, we'll cover generational gaming. We can get your dad to answer some questions if he wants. He can actually come in and sit in the background and answer some generational gaming questions. Atari! Commodore 64! Ball in a cup! Ball in a cup!
Oh, wow. I got one too. And then I got the one you gave me over there. The one you gave me is...
Your dad, it's sharp, be careful in the background, he's shaking it in his hand. It's sharp, be careful! Ow, my eye!
We have a thing in this house for knives. It's the Latino part of us. We're Mexicans.
So if no one know that, Red is half Mexican, half American.
I am.
And part Irish.
I am.
But it gets
part
all the
Indian.
angry sides put into one.
German, Indian, Irish. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll leave YouTube till last. So next we'll go on to Twitch.
Okay.
So obviously we know Twitch Twitch was the first gaming platform I think to really come out. I just realised that we were talking about Facebook. TikTok's now bringing out parts you can actually stream your games on TikTok.
You can, but it's kind of strange because you have to, if you're doing it from your computer, there's like a couple extra things that you have to do it from your computer because it's technically like a phone app.
Yeah.
To where like if you want to upload a video or anything, you have to do it with your phone. If you want to upload a video from your desktop, it's kind of like Hover. You have to go to this extra like thing to upload it from your computer, from your PC.
Yeah.
Versus just uploading it from your phone.
Yeah, exactly. But we won't cover TikTok and we won't cover Instagram either because they're just trying to get in on the bandwagon. So with Twitch, which I think is the first ever thing you can stream your games on properly. thoughts are. We'll go straight into the. Thoughts are. We'll go straight into it. Is 1. Is it toxic? Yes. Do you get hate raids still? Yes. And the amount of bots that have come into Twitch
Oh, it's ridiculous.
is would you like to pay money to get followers and subscriptions? Why would I pay money to get followers? It's just you as a bot. But yeah. But so give me your top 3 pros and then your top 3 cons of Twitch.
Ooh. Okay, I'll give you the cons first because it's easier. Because as somebody who started on YouTube, remember I started streaming on YouTube, and I had a Twitch account because I had friends who had Twitches that they would use, but it was like really Twitch came out after YouTube, and they came out and it's a streaming platform. It's got all these things. And the bad thing is, if you started a community on YouTube, and I know we're going to cover that later, but not everybody's going to want to jump platforms, right? They're not going to want to be like, well, we're watching you here. Why would we go there? Like, we can find you here was the biggest, like, woo. Okay. So that's my first con, because not everybody that's in a community that you're starting to build, because this happened to me, so I can attest to this. Not everybody that's in that community is going to want to jump platforms. So you're not going to get your full community unless they like absolutely freaking love you. Some of them that come over that, they're just like, well, I'm here, I'm watching you, and they're doing other things while you are up in the background. They're still like semi-supporting you, but whatever. So that's my first con, is not your whole community doesn't move with you. My second con that I would say that I don't like about Twitch is the fact that there's so many people now that are on there. It's hard to find you in the pool of the vast majority of streamers that are there now. And what I mean by that is, and if not a lot of you guys are familiar with Twitch, Twitch goes by games, like the category of whatever you're streaming, right? So art is a category, Destiny is a category, Assassin's Creed is a category. So if they want to watch that game, they'll type in that game. And if you only have 2 people streaming you, and say there's like 20 people that are streaming, you'll be at the bottom of that list. People have to scroll to find you. If they're just typing you up, if they're not following you yet, they have to find you. They either have to type your name in and then hope to God to find you through that list, or just type in the game that you're playing and then have to scroll to find you. It doesn't automatically just bring it up. It kind of happens with YouTube too, but again, we'll cover that in a second. So that's kind of my other one, is you're at the bottom of the pool if you don't have a lot of people that are watching you. And that's kind of goes in with your community.
Yeah.
Because not everybody that's in your community is going to show up all the time. It may happen when you hit affiliate, and that is the hardest thing to hit. I started streaming in 2017. I think it was probably like 2017, 2018 that I started streaming on Twitch. And when I started streaming on Twitch, I had a few people that came over from YouTube, but mostly it was just me for the longest time. So again, kind of the con that I put in Facebook, you have to use Twitter to constantly promote yourself, to get somebody to come. And even then, like I do it now, like I'll pop it up on Twitter and be like, hey, I'm streaming over on the Twitch, and use all the hashtags that I'm, that will boost that post to the potential audience that you want. And you get like 3-4 people that retweet it and like it and all that fun stuff, but nobody comes into your Twitch channel to watch you. And that's the other part of this like whole mental health thing that we're talking about, because that in here and up here, that sucks to sit down and be like, okay, well, I have 20 people that are following me and one person's watching me. That hurts. It really does. Genuinely, it
It's something that the average person's going to look at. I'm one of them average people, by the way, that's going to look at that and be like, why? How do I have all these people that are following me, but nobody's here? You'll get that. That'll be, again, we talked about them bots. Some of them are bot accounts. Some of them are like moderators for Twitch that are just there to make sure nothing finagly's going on in your stream. But some of them are bot accounts. And then you get the, as you do on any streaming platform or any social media, you get the influx of followers, people that'll follow you, unfollow you. That sucks. That's another con, but that's just in social media in general.
Yeah.
The things that I do like about it, because I'm harping on it really bad, the things that I do like about it is there are some really fun features that you can have, like you can have special emotes, but Facebook also has that too, or not Facebook, YouTube also has that too, but you have to hit that point where you can add those in. You have like the fun little emotes that you can make. You can customize your channel. I like that it's completely customizable, meaning like not just like the banner. Like here on YouTube, you have the banner and then you have your profile picture. That you can customize. And that's about the extent of the customization. Over on Twitch, you can customize the color of your channel. So if somebody like puts their cursor over your video, it pops up and there's like a little outline in the background. It'll be a color. You can put up a bunch of different panels that talks a little bit about you as a person, as a creator. You can kind of give them a little lowdown about what you're doing. And then you can like have rules and links to different things. It's pleasing to the eye. Whereas here on YouTube, it's just under a tab that you have to go and touch. And then you have to click on all the things. Or you have them linked up on your banner. I don't have a lot of pros for Twitch. I mean, I'm over there. I'm on the affiliate program. But like I said, it took a long time for me to hit affiliate. And when I was trying to get towards the affiliate goals, I didn't have, at the time, I didn't have like a set community that I was a part of. It was a long grind and people just had like come in. They're like, hey, I was scrolling through and I seen you didn't have a lot of people. So I decided to check you out. And it was probably one of the fails that I was doing. I was jumping and I totally like muffed the jump and just like fell through the ground or something. It was something dumb that made them laugh, that kept them around. And because like I said, when I stream games, you don't see my face because I stream directly from my console. So I don't have a PlayStation camera to hook up and have like the thing on there. So you don't see my face when I stream. It's just the video game. There's people in my... Hi. That's my mother. Wait.
Second cameo.
Second cameo. We're doing entrevues. What's up? Favor? Uh-huh. Yeah. I'll do that when I'm done with my entrevue. Okay. Okay. Just favor stuff for the mother. Mom's more quick in and out than Dad is. Dad will linger.
I don't pay for just one cameo. Just appear twice or no money.
I don't pay for this either. It just happens.
Sorry.
But the thing that's kind of hard with Twitch, that I'll make the comparison now, and then when we get on the YouTube factor, I can talk about it because like I said, I've been on YouTube longer than I have on Twitch, and it's different. But the thing that's easier with YouTube than it is with Twitch, but it's attainable for Twitch, but it's not as easy, is you can find people who will come into your streams from like no other social media has brought them to you. It's just other than they were just looking for a game, started scrolling, because I've done it. You know, you just scroll and you're like, oh, this person only has like 3 people in the chat. Let's see what's going on. And I've found some pretty awesome creators that way. They were having a low watch day, and you know, you can find people to follow off of that. But it's from a streamer's point of view, from Twitch, it's very hard to hit the goals that you need to hit consistently to reach, because Twitch has like they have like mini little goals that you can get besides like just hit affiliate and hit partner. There's a bunch of little things under there. If you go into your it's not the insights, it's like the achievements. There's an achievement tab, and you don't get anything out of it other than, hey, you did a thing, you had 9 people chatting in your chat
Oi,
or
Snapchat.
something. And they call them like different things, but it's not an easy platform to survive on and grow a community if you do not already have a community built for yourself. And that's not just in streaming, that's on social media. If you don't have either like a huge following on Twitter or Instagram or wherever like you post your gaming stuff. For me, it's different because everything besides my Twitter is art related. My Twitter is a mix of both art and gaming, which is why I have both followage on there, is a mix of artists and gamers over on my Twitter. But everything else that's video game related, I don't post on my other media. So I'm kind of behind everybody else because I know everybody else will post, hey, I'm doing a live from their Instagram, their Facebooks, their Twitters, and Snapchats, and all the things. I don't do all that. I have them, but I don't do them. And those are kind of that's my thoughts on it. It's frustrating because you can have a set of people that are behind you that are supportive, but that doesn't mean, here, let me get a light on because my face is getting darker and darker. But that doesn't mean just because you have people that support you, it doesn't mean that they're going to come in all the time and watch you. Because Twitch, your success on Twitch counts solely in views. It doesn't matter how many followers you have. It only cares about the view time that you have. Because if you don't have X amount of views, like for the affiliate program, you need 50 followers, not subscribers, 50 followers, and an X amount of days that you've streamed, and then an X amount of hours that you've been watched. Your view time, your average viewers, your followers, and your days. And that's how you hit the affiliate program. Then once you hit affiliate's like climbing a hill. Partner is climbing Mount Everest. And I know that's a drastic step, but it's true. Affiliate, you're just like, it's, you know, it's not a walk in the park. I might get a little out of breath. I'm semi-chunky lady. I can't walk up them steps and hills like I used to, which is true because I can't. I get out of breath coming up the steps. It's terrible. You can have that bit of entertainment, Shadow. But I get kind of down because once you hit affiliate, you have people that helped you hit affiliate. It's very much, ooh, that's loud. It's very much plateau. Unless you're somebody who has people constantly coming in, constantly giving you bits and things, you don't make hardly any money off of it unless you get a lot of bits, unless you have people subscribing to your channel constantly. You get people who do bits. There's cheers, which is hard monetary value, but you don't get a payout from that monetary value until you hit $100, 100 US dollars. Then anything after that $100, they'd be like, oh, okay, you made enough. Here, we'll give you all that money that you did. all that money that you earned.
Minus 25%.
Yeah, because Twitch takes a little bit out of it because you're using their platform. And even then, it's very hard. I talk about this kind of a lot. I know Warcry's in here, so he's going to hear the reasoning for it. But I was part of a community. I won't say, just because I'm not talking trash on this community. But I've seen a few communities like this. So I won't do the letters. Warcry, you already know, because I kind of mentioned that I left them. But I'm not gonna trash talk in the comments or anything about them. I don't want to do that. I'm just bringing to light the type of community. It was a supportive type community where it was made up completely of streamers. And they're like, you got to give support if you want support. And I did for a long time. And it burned me out just trying to watch people stream. Like, I didn't have enough time to find time to stream myself. And there's thousands of people in this community. And you level up in the server, then you can post your link, all this other stuff. And even with it being a supportive community, it was hard finding people to come and support me in a supportive community. I was fairly new. I leveled up really quickly because I'm a person that I like to go, and if I'm going to be a part of your community, I will go and talk. Now there are ones that I'm like solely in. I run 2 Discords. Well, I run 2. One of them, Shadow and I co-run, and that's our D&D Discord. But I run my own. I have the Den. I have the Blood Moon Pack. That's mine. Shadow has the Sanctuary. Awesome places to be. They're kind of small right now, but that's okay. And I'm in a few other ones. I'm in a couple art ones, and then the Mightiest Quinn. I had ran into them, and How the Lich King a while back. It was a couple years after I was with about the burnout. Yeah, Warcry. It was terrible with burnout. But anyway, getting back on my horse. I got off for a second. I ended up leaving this community because of one. I call it the sea of faces. You're in the sea of faces. It's hard to stand out in a crowd of people who are just like you, and to get support from people who are just like you. People wanting support. So you can have those genuine connectabilities, but just because they click on that follow doesn't mean that they're going to show up all the time. I had them show up once or twice. I don't know. The link constantly was going in my streams.
2 seconds. I'll send you an invite right now when Red's talking. 2 seconds.
Yeah. Shadow's a mod in my pack, so you can become the next pack member that joins, and then you will get a hey everybody, welcome in Warcry to the pack. But I ended up leaving this other community because and this happened recently within the last couple weeks, and I had really been struggling with it, and I was talking to Shadow about it. And this kind of all goes to the streamer mindset.
If you've got your phone, do I jump onto
mental health
YouTube
and
and
everything.
says,
For the simple fact that it was a community made for streamers by streamers, and they were hard pressed on saying all the time that
It's my
they're
gamer.
supportive and they will support you. And yay, we have a new pack member.
Shadow King Gaming, so it's that.
Once I'm not on the computer and the phone, then I'll make the announcement that you're new and welcoming you in, unless Shadow feels like doing that, which he's totally welcome to. But I would go into this particular Discord server, this supportive Discord server, and I would talk, and nobody would answer unless I posted something under the art channel, and I would get responses from my artwork. And even then, when I would post my link saying I was going live to do art streams, I still wouldn't get a lot of people that were in my art streams. And everybody would like constantly go on about how they can't wait for my coloring book project to be done and all this and that. And I'm just like, okay. So this it really did start to drag me down, because I'm like, it's a supportive Discord, and I'm posting that I'm live, and then I'm streaming to my Twitch. And a lot of these people are followers of mine. And even a few of them added me on Destiny. I kind of play a lot of Destiny and some Apex. And those are kind of the only like co-op ones that I have that I play. And with all the people that are like, well, why don't you, you post that you're on it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I am. And you've made several statements about how you wanted to play with me, but you never have. And it started to feel less and less genuine for me. And that's honestly why I left. And that can start to kind of become a thing when you're over on Twitch. Is you get these people who will follow you, and you get a lot of people who want to do a follow for follow thing, like follow me, I'll follow you, and then you're just another number on their docket of people that they follow or people that follow them, and they don't show any kind of support to. There's one member in my community who I've known for quite a long time, not quite as long as Shadow, but around the same length of time that I've known Shadow, and he's in my Discord. Doesn't really talk a lot. He will every great once in a while, but I've known him, and he was kind of in the mix of a bunch of drama, and the reason why, kind of the second reason why I changed my gamer tag name. Shadow knows I won't dredge it up again, because I don't want to bring it back up. It's kind of a crappy situation, and the reason as to why it happened was it was dumb. I moved past it, but this particular individual, he knows what was going on, and there's some stuff in the background with him still with this group of people he kind of talks with and to, but he'll come in my streams every great once in a while when I'm over on Twitch, and I will still come in on his streams when I can catch them, because he lives in California, which is 2 hours behind me, which is like when I'm sleeping in bed at like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. It's only like 11 o'clock over there, and he's doing streams, and he's having fun, making some plays. He does a lot of Fortnite stuff, and so we're gonna see what happens with that. But like, he'll interact when he catches me streaming, and I'll interact, and those are genuine connectabilities. And you can say that that's a genuine connection. You may not watch each other all the time, but you still come in and you still show that support. And that's one of the like kind of crappy things that happens with Twitch. I have a lot more stuff that I want to say about YouTube, but I'll wait until we get to that point. I've rambled on long enough, Shadow. Now it's your time to ramble.
You've not rambled on, you made some very good points. So, I'm the same as you with Twitch. Twitch is where I started. That's where I started off streaming. I moved over to YouTube for a bit. I think it was last year. And that was because Red said YouTube was a good place to go to as well. So we started doing that. Then I went back to Twitch after a while, just because, like Red says, getting people to jump from one platform to another can be really, really hard. We discussed this as well. There's a few people that I watch on YouTube who moved from Twitch to YouTube, and one guy, won't say his name because obviously, just that's you find him anyway. But he basically made a whole post about him jumping from Twitch over to YouTube. He goes, he had maybe 16,000 followers, and his streams were always in 5,000-6,000 people watching them at any one time. And he goes, when he jumped from Twitch to YouTube, he lost half his followers there and then, because most of them didn't want to make the switch from one platform to the other. Mm-hmm. And he goes, that wasn't his biggest thing. He goes, he didn't mind that. He knew that was going to happen. He also knew that he was going to lose money. Because when you're with Twitch, you do end up sometimes getting sponsors. Like, one of the biggest ones is Raid Shadow Legends. They'll find people and they'll just, here's a couple of $100, here's a couple £100, promote this code, you're done. What he didn't realise was how much money he was going to lose. He thought he was only going to lose less than $5,000 a month. He didn't. He lost 10 grand a month. which obviously is 120 grand a year. He goes, now some people might go, oh, that's not a lot of money if you're a big time streamer. And he goes, no, it's not. Yeah. Did I feel the hit? No, I didn't. But feeling the hit's not the point, because in the long run, that's revenue that I'm no longer getting. So even though I didn't really feel losing that 120 grand a year, he was like, I won't tell you how much I actually make a year, but put it this way, losing 120 grand is not going to make a big difference to me. He goes, but however, in the long run, the followers that I lost is going to impact it. Because obviously, like say it was 15. No, say it was 15 and he lost 7. That is more than half. No. Is it? 7? No, 14.
A little over half, yeah.
A little over half of his followers gone. Okay? He goes, so, like you're talking about, Red, view time. Even on YouTube, I know we're talking about Twitch, but even on YouTube, that's the big thing. View time.
Mm-hmm.
Followers is a big thing. So he goes, but he made the move for 2 reasons. 1, Dr. Lupo and a few other people made the switch from Twitch to YouTube for their own reasons as well. But the main reason was, like you say, Red, faces in the crowd. That's all it is. Even though everybody, you say Dr. Lupo, everybody knows who Dr. Lupo is. You say Pokimane or Valkyrie, everybody knows who the people are because they're streamers. But say with Twitch, you get to affiliate, which is fine. Most people can do it if you've got good communities behind you and people following. Getting from affiliate to partner, like say, is basically impossible. You go from 50, no, sorry, what was it? 4 average views? No, 4 average viewers per stream. For
the affiliate program,
Yeah.
you need 3 average viewers.
3 average
50
viewers.
followers.
50 followers. For the partners, it's 75 average
75 average views.
75 average views, right? So say you hit the minimum. Say you hit 3 average views for however many hours you had to stream and however many days you had to stream, that type of stuff. Going from 3 average views to 75 average views, like Red said, is climbing Mount Everest. But it's like climbing Mount Everest wearing a 60-ton backpack.
Yeah.
Because, like say, unless you're funny, unless you're playing one of the latest games like Fortnite, PUBG, Warzone, but on Twitch, it's hard to get into those because we're discussing this as well. Like, we stream Destiny, we stream Apex, which we'll eventually get back into probably after the Guardian Games is done and the new season starts up. We stream Apex, and when we find other games that we can co-stream together, which is always good, we'll do that too.
Yeah.
But we don't play games like, for instance, Fortnite, for instance. No, to be honest, you don't have to build anymore, so I might get another go, but I don't think I really will get that much of a go.
I got Apex, why don't we need Fortnite?
Exactly. See, we've got Destiny. Why do we need that other game? What's the other game called? Warframe. It's basically the same, but that's not a hurdle. That's the Grand Canyon they've put in place.
Yeah.
I know we're going to YouTube in a minute, but bringing YouTube back into it, YouTube is smack bang in the middle. Obviously, their biggest thing is 4,000 views, 4,000 hours watched. But they take into consideration the videos that you post, your live streams, and your shorts. So even if you're still streaming on Twitch, this is the biggest thing I'll say to anybody who's watching. If you're streaming on Twitch, create your YouTube account. So mine is obviously Shadow King Gaming. If you, like say, Red Wolf Girl Gaming, or Red Wolf Studios, which was your art thing as well. That was fantastic. If you're going to make a YouTube channel, but make it something standard like Minds of Shadow King Gaming, I might change it to something else in the future, but change it to something that's going to be obviously your gamer tag. If you just want to make your gamer tag same as Twitch, makes people easier to find you, fair enough. Upload your videos. You can literally link up your YouTube channel with Twitch, let it do what its thing. At the end of your stream, click on export, it'll export it up. You don't even have to publish it the same day. Choose when you want to publish the video, and it'll publish it that time, which is really good, which is fantastic. It's a great feature of Twitch. Like you can say, there's always a however, there's always a but. But obviously, Twitch have different TOS, terms of service, than YouTube does. So YouTube will, like Red already knows, will ban your video straight away if they catch any music that is not...
It's a DMCA rule.
DMCA rule. Even though Red was playing music that was DMCA free and was allowed, got banned. Obviously, make sure, if you're on Twitch, you're swearing, make sure your stream's set to 18. That's the biggest thing as well. Which is, like I said, it's really strange. Why should I set my Twitch thing to 18 viewers only when you need to be 18 to... Well, I think it's 16 actually. 16.
I don't remember. I know back when they might have changed it, because back when I did it in 2017, it was always like that 18 plus, because that's like the, you're considered ishly an adult at 18,
yeah.
but you're not like legal to drink until you're 21, but you enter adulthood until like 18.
Yeah, true. But whatever it is, make sure if you swear a lot, if you're not doing any sort of like Spiritfarer or Animal Crossing, Mario Kart's a bit iffy, to be honest, because you can swear at that sometimes as well.
Yeah.
If you're not playing games that are basically PG, make sure your stream is set to 18, and make sure your YouTube is set to basically not suitable for kids. Must be 18 or over to join, and then upload your videos, because I like the way YouTube does it, because they will monitor your content completely.
Yes.
As I know myself, because I have had a ban of 30 days on YouTube before, which is no fault of anybody's whatsoever, because trust me, more worse things have been said than what was said in this video. I think just somebody found it, watched the video and just went, I don't like that, report. But back to Twitch, like we were saying, the biggest thing for me is the 25%. Yes, I understand Twitch have to make money, but Twitch make a hell of a lot of money just from sponsors, because they'll sponsor, for instance, a massive streamer who'll get sponsors for other people who'll still pay YouTube for helping them find that. They'll get like a finder's fee type of thing. So they're making millions upon millions. So think about it. Somebody gets $1 million a year, for instance. They're getting $250,000 off of that person. And I'll be completely honest, Twitch hasn't really done anything major with the platform in years.
Yeah.
They've added in extensions, which have been out for quite a few years. But they don't do anything with the extension. Like, you get sound alerts, which I've got, which I need to really sort, but you get sound alerts. That's an extension, but it's not run by Twitch. It's actually run by a third-party company. You get the Destiny extensions, which are run by Bungie, which is a third-party company.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't put any... It's become stagnant because they're like, well, we're top, then it's YouTube, and then it's basically, at the moment, Facebook Gaming. But they need to do something completely different, change it up, do something completely different that no one will ever see coming. For instance, everybody here's the new partner regulations, which are much lower. Do it in increments where, for instance, if you hit, I think, your average viewers, but you've not hit the rest of your targets. That states that you're done. That's finished. It's complete. However, they only do it in a 30-day period.
Mm-hmm.
So, say for instance, you get 73.5 views. Okay? But your 30 days start up again, say the following day. You start losing viewers because the clock is reset each time. That shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be. Obviously, 30-day period is long, but it's not that long if you think about it. So, for instance, if I'm working, usually 2 weeks out of my month, I'm on late shift, so I can't stream.
Mm-hmm.
So you're losing out on quite a few hours, but I digress a wee bit. Keep digressing into tangents. Which I think
But they're all valid points, though. I mean, there's some good that's why I have like way more cons about Twitch than I do pros. I have, and I'm a little biased. No, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little biased. I kind of like YouTube. I feel like it's more comfortable. But again, we'll cover that when we get into the
Yeah.
YouTube thing. But Twitch makes it so hard to be successful unless you already have that standing community that, like I said, that are on these other platforms that follow you, that like your content, that want to see more of your stuff, that helps you grow as a content creator and doing streaming. Twitch makes it very, very hard to grow a following.
they do. They absolutely do. And plus, if you're just starting off streaming, Twitch is the worst place to be because there's already people who are at the top of every single game you're going to stream. Unless you're playing the first ever indie game of it, whatever it is, then you might get something out of it.
Yep.
For instance, I got an email today. Somebody's asked me, a company actually asked me to be an alpha tester. Speaking of that, 2 seconds. Almost dropped it.
He caught it. He caught the phone, ladies and germs. It did not hit the floor.
Let the phone hit the floor. Let the phone hit the floor. There we are. So, don't know if you can see that. So, it's something called Warner Brothers Multiverse. Don't know what it is.
Ooh.
Well, obviously, I know what it is. It's something to do with, I think it's just going to be a bit like Smash Bros. By the looks of it, just with
Probably.
Warner Brothers. So it says, sign up today, the Multiverse Closed Alpha. So we're excited to announce the upcoming Multiverse Closed Alpha, live from the 19th to the 27th of May. Closed Alpha is available on Steam, PlayStation, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and Xbox One consoles. And it just says sign up today, so maybe something I do, might not, because I don't know if it's my type of game, but I'll sign up for it later. But yeah, so unless you're playing alphas, and 9 times out of 10, you're not allowed to stream alpha games.
Mm-mm.
You know,
Because they want the content to stay hidden from the public until released.
exactly. So unless you're playing for a beta, usually you stream betas regardless, because 9 times out of 10 the information is already out there. But like say for Destiny, for us for instance, on Twitch, you got Ship Broman, you've got More Console, because he can't change to PC because he can't call his name More PC, can he? You've got is it Barbacam, which is basically part of Yeetus Deletus with Bife.
Mm-hmm.
You've got these people who are already at the top of their game in Destiny on Twitch. You've got the top Warzone streamers, you've got the top PUBG streamers. It's hard to get in because you're going to have, it's literally niche. You have to have something that they don't. Now, I'll be completely honest, I can't compete on any of those people's levels. One, I work for a living.
Yeah. These are people who basically get paid to play video games.
Exactly. So,
They get flown out to all the events and everything by these companies, and I'm like, they can afford to do this and sit on their butt and just play and get better at, or as us gamers like to say, get good they can afford to do that.
Exactly. Like for I love Rikakis. Absolutely fantastic. He gets flown out to the Bungie event every year. He gets flown out to California to play games and all this stuff. He makes a lot of money. Like one of my most hated streamers in the world, Ninja. Hate his guts, right? What was it? $7.5 million to play Apex Legends for 1 week when it first came out.
Yep.
That's over £1 million. No, well, aye, just over £1 million a day. $1 million, I should say, a day to play Apex. I know he streams Apex constantly now, but
That's because Ninja had a base established with Fortnite, and like you and I always say, Apex is Fortnite for adults. Because you didn't have to at the time. This is before Fortnite changed up their stuff and they took out the building because not everybody likes to build, and that makes the game frustrating for me. Just if it's a shooter game, let me go in, let me loot the stuff, let me shoot the people, let me win or die or trying. But that's why they brought Ninja in, because he already had a baseline established with Fortnite, and with Apex being kind of like Fortnite, they're like, let's get Ninja to play this.
give him all the money.
Yeah, and he's grown even more for it.
Yeah, but to us, we'll digress a wee bit. So that's a funny story. So Ninja left Twitch to go to Mixer, and then Mixer shut down, and he had to go back to Twitch. But yeah, it's no. Don't get me wrong. Twitch is a fantastic place to stream on because it's well established. So very, very rarely will their servers crash. Very rarely will you have a problem because, like you said, on your console you can stream directly to Twitch. On Xbox, PlayStation, obviously you can't do it on the Switch because the Switch is technically a handheld console. But I think you can do it on the Steam Deck as well now. You can actually stream to Twitch via your Steam Deck. But little like that, you can stream directly to Twitch. And that's it. And it'll test your stream for you. It'll tell you what to set it at, and it'll do it automatically. So let's move on to our favourite topic, and we'll make this the last topic. And then what we'll do is we'll do a stream interview 2 with you as well, because I like these. Right, so YouTube. I'm starting off first.
Hey, go for it. You're the one that told me to start.
I know. So,
It's your channel. You do what you want.
as I'm technically new to YouTube, more newer than Red is, Chandel, should I say, I'll give you my opinions on it so far. So, I upload most of my videos from Twitch to YouTube, which is quite straightforward and fantastic. That, being able to choose when you want to publish your videos. So, me and Red, we do make quite a lot of funny clips. Well, I say we. Red makes a lot of funny clips for Destiny.
I die, he clips it. That's what the funny is.
Is it? I die. Yeah, she dies, I clip it. That's it. Or we all die and I clip it, which is even funnier. Even for your shorts, you can set, oh, well, I've got 6 shorts lined up, so I'll schedule it for the next 6 days at 9 AM. So each day, my short will go live. I don't have to worry about it. Same with uploading videos. Oh, I'm going to have this video here, this video here, this video here, all set up. So if you're really good and you're working, say, weeks in advance, for instance, for streaming stuff and getting stuff done, it's fantastic. Is it missing a few things? Yes, like we've said, you don't have any equivalent of bits or stars or cheers for YouTube until you hit that. I don't think you can get it after you hit that sort of target, do you?
You kind of do. That's what part of the partner program is.
Well, it's the subscriber stuff, isn't it? You subscribe to the channel, which is like $4.99, which is about the same price as subscribing to somebody on Twitch.
Once you hit the partner program, you become eligible for you get a little button on your channel. I have to look into it more because I have been away from the YouTubes for a while. But basically, what it is you get a little join button on your because people are already subscribed to you. It's kind of like following. Subscriptions on YouTube are like following on Twitch.
Alright, okay.
They just follow you, and then you have the ability once you hit that partner program to get the It's called a membership,
That's it.
and that's when your monetary value starts. Because then you can get monetization on your channel with all the fun things that I'll cover when I talk. But sorry, I ran you over.
No, it's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Like I said, so you get to join and all that jazz. But even when you get to join, I don't think you get like bits. You can like bits, and you can get like all the wee different sort of anime things that pop up and stuff like that. You don't get like a follow train or the hype train. Hype train. It's called, not a follow train. The hype train. So listen, when I use my proper overlay, which is usually my Viking Celtic overlay, when someone follows me on Twitch, for instance, it'll automatically appear on my overlay. I think it still does that on YouTube. I'll need to look into it a bit more as myself, but even regardless of all that, if you don't have the bits or the cheers, whatever you want to call it, so you still get the follow stuff when something follows you, like banners and that. Obviously, I don't think you can do raids or anything like that.
I don't think so.
But for me, that's not a big loss. Because YouTube is more for watch time rather than viewers. So obviously, if you've got 75 viewers and they're watching you, obviously and they watch you for an hour, that's 75 hours of watch time, which is fantastic. But once you do a live stream, your video is there for people to watch. So it'll constantly go up. Going back to Twitch for a second, going back on Twitch. Once you've finished your stream, it doesn't matter if 150 people come and watch your stream, that doesn't count towards your viewer mark. Which it really should, because technically they have viewed you. But
not while you were live.
Not while you were alive, exactly. But on YouTube they've done their video, they've done all their hard work. Why should we penalise them when they're not online, but there's 150 people coming to view them? That's 150 watch hours. If they stay for that long, obviously that's all that time. Like we said before, watch time is the biggest thing for YouTube. Shorts, videos that you make, and lives all count towards it.
Right.
Should, for instance, when you hit the sort of partner thing, should stuff be added into it? Obviously, yes, because I know, for instance, you don't get YouTube Prime or YouTube Plus, whatever it's called, which would be fantastic. Oh, look, you're a partner member, here's YouTube Premium for free. There you go. Because obviously, if you're with Twitch and you've got Amazon Prime, you get to use your thingy on Twitch. Would I love to put that onto YouTube and use that to follow somebody? Absolutely. Obviously, we go back to Twitch for a second. With Amazon Prime, you got your Twitch Prime drops, which is games, content, skins, weapon skins. You get a lot for Apex, you get a lot for Destiny, you get a lot for Battlefield, you get a lot for lots of games. Lots of games as well. I think I got, speaking of Morrowind again, I got Morrowind for free off of Amazon Prime for the PC. But even if you take all the stuff that Twitch give you and all the things that Amazon Prime give you, you're more discoverable on YouTube than you are on Twitch. If somebody searches Destiny or Destiny live streams, your video will come up. Regardless if you've got adverts going completely out through your goddamn thing, which on YouTube you can switch off. Which I don't have any ads on mine, because somewhere I read or somewhere I heard it saying that 10 people are on your stream or join your stream, half of them will leave the moment they see an ad appear first. Which is true. Which is absolutely true, because on our streams especially, when you first log in, when you first go in, so say you've started streaming, you're 20 minutes in, somebody joins your stream. Instead of coming in to watch you directly, usually 30 seconds ad pops up. And you're like, I'm here to watch someone. I'm not here to look at your stupid ads about donkeys in Africa flying on kites. I'm here to watch somebody fight an ogre. But, yeah. That's my opinion. I think, even with YouTube missing all this stuff that's actually would be great, it has a more pros than it does cons in my eyes. Because, literally, if you, for instance, I've set my stream up so when I'm streaming at 1440p, which is a wee bit, it's alright, it's not good, it's alright. But the encoder for YouTube re-encodes all the videos you put in to maximise the quality, the performance. But Twitch doesn't do that. I stream through OBS. I don't stream directly through YouTube or directly through Twitch anymore. So I use OBS, and Red, you use Streamlabs for when you're doing your art streams.
Yeah.
So when you're streaming on things like that, and you've set all your settings up, so I could have set my settings to 1080p and all this stuff. For the video I've been watching, it goes, stuff gets grainy in the background. And my hand just disappeared. See that?
Where'd me hen go?
Up the booty. But yeah. So my thoughts are, because did we rate Twitch? We didn't rate Twitch. Hold on, we'll jump back. Twitch. I would rate that a 4 out of 5. Because I will never rate anything a 5, probably. Well, actually, I might rate YouTube a 5. But I don't rate anything top marks due to the fact that there's always room for improvement. So I'll probably give that a 4 minus as well. Just due to the fact is that they need to put something in place for all the bots, all the trolls, everything like that. It needs to improve somewhat, but this foundation is solid.
Yes.
What would you rate Twitch?
For like overall usability?
Yeah.
I think we can put this one on like out of 10, to be honest, because Twitch has like a lot of things that it can offer. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. I would probably rate using Twitch at about a 5. If we're doing out of 10. It's not like the greatest this is just my experience, this is just my opinion. It's not the greatest, but it's not the worst. It's just difficult for growing a following and just using and everything. For me personally, that's what I would rate it. And I only say that because like once you hit like affiliate and everything, say you're like 3, 4, 5, 6 months in, a year in. And it's taken me a long time to even get the ability to put follower emotes on my channel. I'm like, I've been an affiliate for quite a while. Like, we're in 2022. I think I hit affiliate program at the end of 2020, the beginning of 2021. It's been well over 90 days. And there's just, it's a bunch of things that have been hard to do. So I would rate it about a 5 out of 10.
The wait time. My emotes. You uploaded your emotes first. Then I uploaded my emotes. And my emotes got approved before yours did for some reason.
Yeah. And that's what I mean. I'm like, and I make all my own emotes.
Exactly.
For my stuff.
You had to wait a good almost a full week before yours got approved. So if I was going to, I'll probably the same as you. Actually, no, I'll keep my 4. Even 4 out of 10, I'll rate it as a 4 out of 10. Even though it's got a lot of stuff, that stuff has not been improved or updated or tweaked in any way, shape or form for quite a while.
Yes.
So now we can jump back to YouTube, where YouTube is absolutely to me, even with all the stuff that's missing, is fantastic. What are your thoughts on YouTube?
Oh boy, buckle up. 'Cause there's a lot. So I'm gonna take us back for a second. From time when I started back in 2017, because I remember when I started up. When I first started, it was just me in my apartment by myself, just streaming some games. Ran into some strangers, started playing some games, and the accessibility that people have to your channel is so easy. People can just be like, I was searching some Destiny videos and I seen you was playing and it said live, so I just came and seen what it was about, and you ran into a wall on your Sparrow and I thought it was funny, so now I'm here and we're chatting. And depending on the interaction, now the thing about streaming, regardless of what platform you're on, you have to interact with your chat. And I will say this and I will stress this: if you haven't streamed, or you've streamed and you got away from it and you want to come back to it, keep an eye on your chat, but you don't have to constantly be staring at it. Now, when I stream, you're on my laptop. My TV is right here. So as I'm playing, I can just glance from here to here is my screen. So I'm not looking like off to the side. I don't have to turn. I can see my chats with invisibility. Sometimes I'll move my computer up and over a little bit so it's closer to my TV so I can see my chat. But you want to acknowledge them as soon as you can. As soon as you see it, you want to acknowledge them, because within a 5 to 10 seconds, as soon as they type something in that chat, because there's a delay, and most people who watch a lot of live streams will know there's a delay. As soon as you see that, you need to acknowledge that. Otherwise, you lose that person. They will bounce out if you don't acknowledge them, because they'd be like, well, why do I need to talk in here? Nobody's saying anything. So that's just platforms aside. That's just me as a streamer giving you a tip that you want to try to do as you're streaming. Constantly keep a weather eye on your chat, because if you get somebody coming in, because YouTube doesn't tell you, this is a little bit of difference between YouTube and Twitch. Twitch will say, hey, you got a first time chatter in here. YouTube, they don't say that. So you don't know if they've come back unless you're familiar with the name, or if they're a first time person. You don't know that. So every time you're talking to somebody, you want to make sure you're treating them like they are your first time in the chat. You want to deal with them as such. What did he say? I'm looking that I have 3 monitors, so I can. Well, not all of us can have 3 monitors. Their work, right? But and I don't use a computer to stream. Like I said, I stream directly from my console. If it's video game stuff, my art stuff, I've just slowly started to get into, and I might migrate that over to my other YouTube in time to come. But the ease of somebody finding you is just as simple as either they've typed in something and your category, your hashtags on your YouTube have brought it up in the search, or say they're trying to search something that has like wolves in it. My name has wolf in it, so YouTube will grab that and go, well, here's a wolf, and then it could bring them up to that, and they'd be like, oh shoot, they're streaming a video game, and then they can get engrossed in it. So the accessibility, the ease of finding your channel, it's actually a lot easier for people to see you on the platform than it is on Twitch. For me, there's less pressure. I don't know how everybody else will feel about this particular comment that I'm going to say, but for me, streaming on YouTube feels less pressuring, because there's not 50,000 different goals you have to hit to do something. It's just you streaming. And because when we're talking about watch time and views, with Twitch, your watch time is, it doesn't matter the watch time. Twitch wants to care about how many people are actually physically watching you in the act of you streaming. YouTube, it's account based. So when you need, here, let me pull this up. On eligible for monetization on YouTube, you have to have 4,000 watched hours, not people watching you. Watched hours. That's view time for your channel as a whole. It doesn't matter if you have 2 people watching you while you're streaming. It doesn't matter. You can slowly get to that progression. And then once your videos and your streams are on your channel, they're on your channel for people to watch. So however long any of your views, your videos, anything, it could be from years ago that you have posted on your channel. It could be from something that I posted 5 years ago. It could be somebody who came across one of my old school live streams and they thought it was funny and they watched the whole thing. That's still counting up to on the marker of what's been watched on your channel for that 4,000 watched hours, not people watching you. And that's what I like about YouTube versus Twitch, because Twitch wants to see that interaction, whereas YouTube will give you the praise for your channel doing success. Your channel is your videos, your live streams, all of that type of stuff is what YouTube will give you props for, not just you as a person, you having people watching you. The other thing that I like about it, and I said it feels comfortable to stream on YouTube, just for the simple fact that I can just sit down and people will come in. Back when I started live streaming, there you will see a difference in area that you live in and times. So I can't really account to this statement, but I found when I first started there was a particular hour of the day that was I got a lot of people watching me. Mine used to be 6 o'clock at night, so I would start around 6-ish on a stream, and I would post it to Twitter, and I would use the proper hashtags. I just do that to kind of get the eye out there, because there are some people on Twitter looking for people to watch, and you have a link, and you can just click the link, and it'll take you directly to wherever that link was generated from. So you have periods of time where your channel will do good, and you want to try to post around that time, especially if it's just like a video. So like say you upload some funny shorts and they do good, you want to check your like analytics and they do good around this time. And you try to post around there, but it's not like set in stone that you have to do that just to get success, because like Shadow was saying, it's up there. People can watch it after the fact. It doesn't matter. They can come across it, and it's a lot more organic. Now, mind you, we haven't touched on the algorithm, but algorithms change all the time. I mean, look at Instagram. Their algorithms change like people change their underwear. It's ridiculous. It's always in flux. So I never look at the analytics. I never pay attention to the algorithm. I don't really care about those things. It's less pressure, in my opinion, to stream from YouTube versus Twitch. On Twitch, you constantly have that like big red number right next to the title of your stream. On Twitch, it says you only have 2 people watching you. Do you have that on YouTube? Sure you do. But it's less of a like, I need more people to watch me so I can hit these goals. It's just, once I'm done with this live stream, depending on how many people bounce in and out of that stream, that's view time. That's counting up your watched views on your channel. So, in my opinion, the reason why I wanted to do this experiment was I wanted to see how my channel would grow versus the struggle that's been going on over on Twitch.
Yep.
And that's the honest truth of it, because it's like I've spent all these months grinding, joining stuff, trying to get somewhere, and I'm like, well, do I want the pressure of it, or do I want something that's a little bit easier, something that's calmer? I can just sit down, boost up the live, and then it'll almost take care of itself. Pause for effect. The cameo has returned.
We're getting ready to all goodness.
Okay.
I'll leave the fat fryer out for you. We're gonna eat the stuff that you won't touch no more.
Because it has
Because
cooties.
that black guitar is in there kicking it. All the way up, chains, and didn't even look at it.
Mom's on a different mindset.
Make your daughter come up
Yeah,
here. She's dropped the kids off about an hour.
that's what Mom said.
and a half.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, when I'm done, I'll eat when I'm done.
5
Cool.
minutes, Dad.
He kind of just let me be in my own space, and it's nice. I don't
Yeah.
mind it. Like I said, we have not been having fights in this house. And it's been so nice.
That's because we gave him a
So
cameo.
nice. Well, to tell you the truth, since we're talking about mental health too, so this kind of will tie in. We're not just talking about streaming, we're talking about mental health because it's Mindful May. Since the whole things that's been going on with just my family and the few deaths that we've had in the family, and there was a unpleasant altercation. I have to mind the way I say these words because we are on YouTube. In the family between my dad and my uncle, which happens all the time, so it's nothing new. And his side of the family has once again stopped talking to us, basically. There's been so everything happens in like threes, right? So there's deaths in the family, altercation, things that happen on my mom's side of the family. So there's deaths in both sides of my family, which my aunt on my dad's side, my grandmother on my mom's side, which is my mother's mom. She's sitting over there. Grandma. Then there was the altercation that happened between my dad and my uncle, and then there was the mom side of the family not talking to my mother again, and then there was a little hiccup that happened. Between all of these things happening within the family, and then there's some drama going on at church against a couple of the older people and my dad and semi the family. The three of us have kind of like knitted together a little bit, and I've been trying to change my attitude with the things that go on about the house and the way I handle the parents. So it's been less aggressive around the house, which has been nice. So I try not to egg on the aggressive, and in turn they've been kind of leaving me be in my space. So all I got to do now is work on trying to get some sort of job still. But I mean, it's a work in progress. But yeah, back to the YouTube thing before the cameo happened. Yeah, it's always something. I feel like, and I already said, I approach it a little biasly because I started over here, and it was way more comfortable back in the day when I first started. It wasn't as hard to try to get somebody to come and interact because, like I said, I had complete random people that showed up just from scrolling through Facebook or not Facebook, I mean YouTube. Because if you go to YouTube, YubTubs, if you go to the YubTubs, if I can find my cursor, where is my cursor? There it is.
Before I forget, so you were talking about
you
Twitch and viewers. They no longer count lurks if you're not actually an active chatter.
Yep, that is true. You have to either spam some emotes or anything of the sort. Let's see. So, yeah. So on the YouTube homepage, if you boot up the homepage, aside from the people that you're already subscribed to and you follow, on the top there will be things that you've either searched, so categories that you've either searched, games, video types, certain topics, anything of the sort. And then there's a little button on the top that says live, and you can click on that and see all the things that are live right now. YouTube has integrated that so you can check out different things. So there'll be all the different types of like categories that you've watched before, video types that you've searched before. YouTube will take that into consideration. They'll say, okay, these are the things you like to watch, whether it be art, whether it be video games, whether it be the latest topics in the world, anything of the sort. And they combine it all on one side of the page, and they'd be like, okay, all of these people are doing a live right now with this particular category. And all people have to do is just scroll and search. And I mean, yes, it tells you how many people are watching these different lives that are there. But I mean, it's so easy. It's so easy to have somebody that was like, I was just scrolling through YouTube and I seen your video up. I seen you were live and just kind of wanted to stop by and see what it was. Like, they'd be like, I like this game, or just, it was either one of the two statements that I would get. It would either be, I seen you were streaming Destiny and I liked the game, wanted to check it out, or seen you were I seen it was up, didn't know what it was, wanted to check it out, and I'd be like, I've been here for like an hour and a half just watching. And because a lot of times there's either when you're streaming, there's two sides of the conversation, right? There's either the people that watch you and can interact right away, or there's some of those people who watch you and don't want to just type. Some people are, the introverts. We gotta have pity on the introverts a little bit. Have softness in our hearts for them, because not every time do people know how to come into your live stream and say, just talk, right? A lot of people want to get the feel. The ones that kind of just hang out for a little bit, you'll notice, like, sometimes when you're streaming, you'll see your number bump up a little bit and it'll stay there for a while. That's somebody that just came into your stream and want to kind of get a feel for who you are as a person who's making this content, to see if, does this person jive with me? Is this, do I want to say something? And maybe you say something stupid or funny and they like it. And then they kind of watch you a little bit more to kind of see, like, is it okay for me to come in now? How do I approach this? How do I say something? And a lot of these things go through like introverts' minds, and other people in general who are watching your videos. So it's a lot easier for people to come in and just do. And I know I keep saying that, I've beaten the dead horse by now, but it feels so much better because you can just turn on a live stream, and if people watch you or not, then it's there for them to see. But I feel like I should make this statement between videos and live streaming on YouTube, because I've been here long enough to kind of know the difference. When you make a video, of course you're talking to the person that's watching the video. And so it's easier because you have it in mind. You're like, okay, you're either talking to the person that's watching the video, or you're talking about a certain subject in the video standings, right? So that's one type of content that you can put up on. It is easy for video games because you can just pick a thing and then ta-da. When you're doing live streaming and there's nobody in your chat, it says there's either one or two people there, because sometimes I'll boot up my second account and I'll have it up on my thing so I can have it count for view times, because I do that. You can cheat the system a little bit easier with YouTube than you can with Twitch. But what you want to do, and this is kind of a little bit of streamer's advice from somebody who started on this platform and kind of have gotten I can talk for days if you haven't noticed. I can yap for freaking days. Not everybody's like that. I've always been like that since I came out of mom's womb, yapping all the time. Not a problem. What you want to do is you want to talk, but not just, like, you can ramble on, but you want to talk as if there's somebody in your chat. You want to always address the chat. I don't care if there's nobody there. You always want to, like, get that in your habits. I don't want to say like subconscious, but like in your habits of talking to to your chat as if somebody was there. Because if somebody comes in, especially like in my case, okay, I'm just playing a game. They don't see a camera, they can't see what I look like. But if they come into the stream and it's just video gameplay, and howbeit somewhat bad video gameplay, I'm dying, I'm this, I'm that, and I'm not saying anything, that's not very entertaining. Nobody's going to stay and watch your videos. So kind of get in the habit of either say, you can talk about what you're doing. Me, I mindlessly ramble when I'm by myself. If I'm not playing with anybody and I'm just playing the game, just to be on the game, just to run around, just to whatever. I monologue. I monologue about what I'm doing, about what the blueberries are doing, about what's going on, about look at this random thing that's floating in the sky.
Butt
I will
touch.
talk about butt touches, whatever. I will ramble. And that's kind of I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of how I got my start as a streamer, because that's what I would do. And that's how a lot of people had come in and they were like, oh my god, I just had to say you are funny as hell. And I'm like, I'm not trying to be. And then I would die because I looked at the chat and I'm like, perks of being a streamer. I'll say something of like, I'm a professional, watch this. And then I'd absolutely wreck whatever I'm trying to do because I'd die. But just a little streamer advice. If you're if you're somebody who's wanting to get into streaming, or somebody who streamed, kind of went away from it because it just kind of, as we've said before in the past, Shadow, it can wear on you. You can get burned out very easily if you're trying to approach it aggressively. That's kind of the thing that I do like. It's another pro for me on YouTube. It's easier not to get burned out if you're just doing live streams on YouTube than it is with Twitch, because Twitch, you feel like to get that next level of succession, I have to be doing, X, Y, and Z, when on YouTube you're just like, if nobody watches today, that doesn't mean somebody ain't gonna come across it and watch it tomorrow. Because like I said yesterday when I did my live stream on my YouTube, I was at 204. This morning when I got up and I checked my channel, I was sitting at 205. Roughly anywhere between the time that I was streaming, and I had one person that did come in and say a statement, and I just was kind of rambling on monotonally because people were in bed. It was like 11 o'clock at night that I was streaming. But anywhere between the time that I hit end live and went to bed and got up and checked it this morning, there was somebody that was like, this is decent stuff, I can watch it, or whatever the hell they thought, and they clicked the subscribe button, and it gained one person, and I didn't do anything other than play a game, and then it sat there. Because with Twitch, your VODs are only on your channel for so long. They don't keep them there. YouTube, you can stream it to the channel and it stays on the channel until you absolutely delete it.
Yep, 30 days with Twitch, then it's gone forever unless you've downloaded it or exported it to YouTube. Which is like we were saying before, if you do stream on Twitch, always upload your videos to YouTube, even if you're just using it as a backup for your videos. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, let's end it on this one. On a scale of 1 to 10 for YouTube, where would you place it?
Oh, probably an 8. But I'm biased. I'm very biased. Because I don't give it a 10 because of the whole, it does take a little bit to get up to where you can get to monetary value. But it's very user friendly. Easier to get trolls, but even still, I think the pros outweighs the cons, just for me personally.
See, I'm probably going to sit with you. I'm going to sit with an 8 as well. And that's me being somebody who's really, well, new to streaming on Twitch. I've only streamed on Twitch, on YouTube a few times. Like I say, I would never give Twitch a 10, even if it was fantastic and to the point and did everything I wanted it to do. Same with YouTube, because there's always room for improvement. There's always something that will come out that says, right, I need to do this here and this here and this here. Like, for instance, with YouTube, better overlay integration would be fantastic.
Yeah.
So if you're everything that Twitch could do, you could do on YouTube for your followers, people who donate and stuff like that would be fantastic. But that's just
Well, you technically could do that. It just would have to be whatever like OBS thing you're doing. You would have to link it to, because I've seen streamers who do on YouTube. They have everything and it comes up and they have notifications when somebody follows. They have, or even like on here it's subscribe instead of follow. You can do that. You just have to link whatever overlay like service you're using with YouTube.
OBS. Yeah.
Like my Streamlabs, I have one connected to my YouTube. So if I were to stream on it, it should come up because in the feed on the side, just like it does for Twitch, it tells you when somebody cheers or somebody whatever, somebody rated you whatever. It does the same thing with YouTube. It just you have to link them together. So you can still have the potential to do it, like you have your overlays and everything with your starting soon and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
You can still have that on YouTube. You just have to, you just have to connect that. That's all.
We need to look into that. So between us, we're talking basically. So all the mental health stuff, all the streaming and things like that. This is just basically for the 3 platforms. Facebook is basically dead last at the moment.
Yeah.
And I don't see that changing just because it's Facebook.
Yeah.
Twitch, even though it's better,
Made me wanna try YouTube. Yes.
yeah, it's a better platform, but it's like you say, it's like starting from the bottom of Mount Everest, where if you go to YouTube, you're starting from the middle and you've got an oxygen tank to take you all the way. Where Twitch is, you're starting from the bottom and you're still going to drag everything up with you. Yeah, so Facebook, if we were to rate that out of 10, I know it's only 5, if we rate that out of 10, that would probably still only get half marks. It would only get a 5.
I'd probably give Facebook like a 3 or a 4.
Okay then. So we'll give it 4. So that's an 8 out of 20 between us, right? So it's still less than half.
Yeah.
Twitch, that gets about, I think it's about a 10 out of 20. That's about halfway marks. Because it's good, it's just not as good as it could be. Even though Facebook's not got all of them, they come away with a 16 out of 20, which is still the highest marks. Because they're more discoverable. It is literally click and play, technically. Because you can stream right from your computer. Click go live, use your webcam and go live straight away. Or click go live and click on use streaming software and go live. So YouTube wins it.
Yeah, and I know I've been like praising the YouTubes. There is still an amount of work that you have to do. And understanding if you want a lot more people to click on your videos, there is a little bit of like clickbaitiness that you have to do with some of your titles to get people to like just click on your videos. But like if you have something interesting being like, and this is how I whatever did the thing, and that's what you name it, people are going to be like, well, what they do and how'd they do it, and people will click on that. You know what I mean? So there's still a little bit of work that you have to do with YouTube, but it's a lot easier for people to find you on YouTube than it is on Twitch.
Yeah, build your community on YouTube. So the main points between all 3 is don't do Facebook gaming unless you really, 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 really want to struggle. If you do Twitch to start off with, biggest thing is make sure you upload your video. Create a YouTube channel and then make sure you upload your videos to that just for a backup. But if you really want to start off somewhere, start off on YouTube.
Yep.
Which is always best.
It's just easier. It's just easier to do it.
It's just easier doing it. I'm coming to new women. Right.
Yeah.
What we'll do is we shall end it there, people. It's been a pleasure as always. It's almost
fun.
It's almost midnight here, and I've still got stuff to get ready for the communion tomorrow. But yes, it has been fun. Next week it's Warcry, but I'm pretty sure I can grab you into another live chat event anyway. And we can go over some more stuff, like content creation and mental health. But we'll actually next week, I think, before or after we do Warcry's interview, I think for us we'll just go into a proper mental health in gaming, not the platforms, just what games affect what and stuff like that. But yes, it has been a pleasure as always, Shandell. It's been a pleasure as always, Red. Always. I shall. Don't know if I'll be on this weekend. I might be on Sunday, late on Sunday. I'll be on Discord throughout the day. But yes, it has been a pleasure. All the views, thank you very much for stopping by, Warcry. A pleasure as always. We shall find it when you're free next week, and we'll do this version of me and you.
I can't wait to see that one.
Exactly. And then I think what we'll do is we'll get a proper one with all three of us in it. Because that reason saying that is because we've got me, Xbox, we've got Red, who is both iPad for our artwork plus PlayStation, and we've got Warcry, who is PC. So it gives you a perspective from all three areas of gaming, all three consoles.
Well, I kind of covered PC sort of, but it's like all single player games,
Exactly.
not competitive.
But at the moment,
see
your PlayStation at the moment, all that stuff. But yeah, we shall cover that. So it's been a pleasure, everybody. We shall catch you on the flip side. Stay tuned because I'm pretty sure we're going to have another D&D chat coming up soon.
Yes.
Don't know what's going to be on yet, but we'll have it on something.
Don't forget we are doing your stat rolls. We're going to roll for your stats.
Stat rolls.
I still have to look up that video, so I'm not quite ready to do that live stream yet because I need to properly prepare.
That's fine. So we've covered character creation. We've covered when you created your thing. We've covered backstory because that was in character creation. What I think we'll do is, just as a go ahead, we'll cover classes, D&D classes. So not the subclasses, the main classes. So warrior, wizard.
I love how you never call them what they actually are. I'm like, he says he calls berserker. That he calls the barbarian a berserker, and I'm like, nope, it's barbarian.
Yep.
They have a feat that they can go berserker.
Yeah. Barbarian, warrior, fighter, wizard, that jazz. We'll go over the general classes.
I will make sure I have the player's handbook on hand for that one.
Me too.
I think, and then we'll do that for this coming up one that we're going to do the roll stats for. But I think the one right after that, hopefully I will have some more of the land fleshed out because I would like to talk about some of the areas. Because we'll probably cover like kind of where you guys come from, the two of you. So that you guys are familiar in your own mind with those areas at least of the map. Yeah. So that whenever the party, is in there, you guys kind of know where you're going, and you'll have, at least in your minds, you'll be like, oh, I know this area. And you'll be able to play it as such with that. So in 2 sessions, we'll cover the actual lay of the land a little bit. Not all of it, because obviously it wouldn't be a proper campaign if you knew everything. But
exactly. Yes, Warcry. We shall catch you both soon. Yes, we'll all be learning as we go because I've not played a campaign in years, but we shall do it. Shall do it regardless. But yes, time to knock off. Red, I shall catch you on the flip side. Warcry, I shall catch you in all 15 of the Discords that we're in together. But yes. She'll catch you all later. Red, give your mum a big kiss for me. Give your dad a slap. Tell him his cameos next week.
I ain't trying to die.
But yes, I shall catch you all later. Have fun.
See ya.
Bye.